Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cyberpunkred Night City, Season 3, Episode 4. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. All right, last week we didn't have any session because a number of players couldn't make it due to life. So even as Cyberpunk, so even as Edgerunners, we do all have our own life to actually handle. But now we're going to be continuing the story as where we left off. Now we're going to be starting with Remy Lebu, played by Styx. Now, as you ended that conversation with Hibana, you put on the phone. You were in the room during this time. Elena was just sitting at the side of the bed, making sure that young Vendetta is sleeping nicely within this time, within this day itself, early in the morning. Vendetta is still dozing off, of course. I'm not sure what's actually happening. That water that she drank probably had something in it, but then again, Vendetta, I want you to actually roll for your endurance and body and see if you wake up. Should be no problem. I'll be okay. All right.
Wow, one glass of gin did all that to you?
Lovely. What the fuck? Why are we rolling? Shit! Why is it always the alcohol? No. It's like with midnight. Remember the smash, guys. Remember the smash.
I mean, hey,
And
if
how low of a
bullets,
chance?
if bullets and drugs doesn't kill you, alcohol will definitely do the trick.
Vendetta, you're lying on the bed. And Elena, this beautiful woman, you're not sure whether she's Latina or she's American, but she could be a mix of both. You're like looking at her, you're unsure how it's like who this woman is. But when you look at the room you're on this slightly uncomfortable at the same time bed within this like 10 feet room. You can see her sitting there looking at you. Was like, but she said, "Are you okay, young girl? It seems that you were partying so hard that you fell asleep."
Whoever this lady is, Vendetta's low key in love with her right now.
All right. Okay. For that, okay, you actually need to roll 4.
No.
Okay. You need to roll
What?
4. Your okay, I'm gonna choose for this. Resist torture drugs.
No.
Body skill.
Oh man.
Okay. You know that you're low key like in love with her. It's like she's beautiful. This
Oh.
American Latino woman that she's like sitting there, like she's beautiful. It's like she speaks to you in Spanish, which you understand. Roll for your language in Spanish.
Spanish. Let's go. I do have Spanish. Let me roll for it.
We speak to Spanish, mommy. So you obviously
Yes,
know.
Yeah, exactly. Speak to Spanish, mommy. Oh, nice.
Okay. It's like she look at you, she actually wipe your brow. It's like with a nice cloth and said, "Liberia descansa," she said. Which is actually she said she told you think you should rest. But you're there, you're a bit drowsy, but you should be alright maybe after 1 or 2 hours of like after waking up. It still is you don't have your watch on you, but you just needed that time to rest. However,
Can I say
Remy-
something? Can
Okay,
I say something in my drowsy state? As a
Okay.
Vendetta just lies there and kind of looks at this beautiful Spanish lady. She kind of just mutters out, "Yo también te amo," which means I love you too, and continues snoring.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for her. I'm gonna roll for her resist torture drugs also in time. Okay, and then she's like, she gasps in Spanish. But also during that time, Remy, you received that call. You needed to go, but you start to think to yourself, maybe you should introduce Vendetta to the team. Maybe you should introduce Vendetta to perhaps to Hibana, to Mao, even to Tsubaki. She might be instrumental with certain situations moving forward. Okay, Remy, you know for a fact that Elena is within that small little room together with Vendetta. What do you want to do, Remy?
Wander in. You awake yet?
Do you have access to it?
Yeah, I'm wondering and just ask if she awake yet.
Vendetta, you see Remy walk into the room and ask you the question. Are you awake yet?
Yeah. Wait,
Well, I need you to be awake. Let's get a coffee on the way, shall we?
no, that's not, which means no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Come on, get up.
As I'm Vendetta slowly crawls. Am I able to?
Yes, you can.
She just crawls out of bed. Like, oh, no, I don't want to go to school.
School?
As...
You went to school even when you were old enough to go to school.
That's true. Where am I?
You're in the apartment. But we need to go. Got some jobs to do. I think you should come with me.
Okay, let me just give me a moment.
5 more minutes.
Just 5 more minutes. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me pack my shit. Okay. She just looks at all the shit on the floor. You see like a lot of stupid SMGs on the ground. As she just starts like shoving them all into her duffel bag, and she's like, "Where's that one thing?" And you see on the floor is this little chip, and she picks it up. It's you know the data chip of the cyberware things. As it kind of like scribbled on it. It's what does it say? It says V's blackmail shard. Do not touch. And with a heart on it. As she quickly slots that in without trying not to let anybody see. Slots that into her pocket, not into a chipware socket. Okay. I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, Elena, you'll be right with looking after the place for a while. Just gotta duck out and see a few other people.
What's wrong with the...
Alright. Remy, are you done with Vendetta?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Alright, you guys hear me before?
ready. Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
You're talking to Elena, right?
Yeah, I just asked if she was be right looking after the place while we headed out.
Elena actually looks to you and she just said, I'm gonna be looking after the place for a while until you're gone. Besides, I need to go someplace else myself. I'll be heading off to Haywood, Remy, she tells you. I'm going to see my brother for a while. And then Elena looks to you, Remy, and said, hey, tell you what, Remy. If you're free, and once you're done with whatever you want to do with this young Elnina here, why don't you head over to Haywood and I want to introduce you to my brother?
Yeah, where do I have to go for that?
I'll give you the coordinates.
Alright, just send it to the agent at post.
Yeah, she sent it to you, and then after that, she said, I'll stay here for the time being, and once I'm done, I'll head over to Haywood. I'll give you a call, or give me a call once you're done. Besides, my brother may have something in regards to the current situations of STREGA at the moment, and he's a trustful guy, and he have information that you may need. I'm heading there to look for information myself.
Okay, I'll pop in on the way.
Vendetta gives a shy wave as they leave to Elena.
You do a shy wave. Elena is like cleaning up some of the stuff on the floor. trying to clean up the mess of this apartment, Vendetta. You're actually quite shocked to see that this whole apartment is quite dusty, dirty, bullet holes all over the place, with dangling wires all over the place, but that's about it. But you don't have much time to talk to Remy. Like, hey, can I check this apartment? Perhaps once you're done and once you're ready, then only then you can spend some time to look at this place. But Remy and Vendetta, after the conversation, both of you decided to actually go straight to the car park and then took the car and drove out from this place and heading straight towards the location, Remy, to actually meet Hibana, Mao, and Tsubaki. But meanwhile,
after landing in New York City, you took car. You took the A vehicle and flew straight towards the club. We're supposed to actually bring Diana Fairview, Dmitris, and this unknown particular person that's actually sitting next to you. You don't know who she is, but she has white hair and cybernetic eyes, like lipstick. Somewhat looks familiar, or somewhat looks almost similar to Midnight. But you don't ask much question. Midnight's gone, and this one could be like an alternative person, or perhaps a fan, or perhaps an alternative person that actually looks almost just like her. But Dmitris at the back of the seat, Dmitris sitting at the back of the seat, told Diana and the white-haired woman sitting next to you to actually head off first. Dmitris has said, Diana, can you please be a dear and get yourself ready at the club? The audience are probably waiting for you right now, and I'll stay here first. Haliman, I want you to sit back with me and to discuss some particular business proposition with you.
Sure. Plus, I didn't get my pay yet, so I'm willing to wait for a bit.
It's not all about the payment.
I know.
You said. But you see Diana Fairview and the other mysterious woman head out and head through the door as it slowly opens, and you can see Diana looking back at you through the tinted windows, and she's able to see her expressions. But she disappears. As you actually look at Diana actually entered that door, you felt something cold behind your back. And roll for your basic technique skills.
What's the meaning of this?
And after you hear a small click. The moment you hear that click, roll for your technique skills, weapons tech. Okay. It is a sound of a click, like a trigger being pulled, but only to actually cock it to actually for a firing mechanism. You know for a fact there's actually some sort of weapon known as only as a revolver. Not many people actually use that. You can feel the cold steel behind your back. You can see that Dmitris actually telling you stuff, telling you like with a voice, like quite stern. She tells you straight. I have seen how you look at Diana, and I've seen how Diana actually looks at you. Haliman, why are you here? What is your purpose here?
My actual purpose? Simple. Protecting my best friend.
She is your best friend.
The one who was with me since
Let
childhood.
me tell you one thing. As you feel that the gun barrel actually on your head, you can know that she could pull the trigger anytime, and your brain will be splattered at the front screen immediately. And the only thing you could do after that is to create a new character. But Dmitris actually speak to you and said, I have known Diana for a long time. I have taken care of her for a very long time. To me, Diana is precious. She is very precious to me. Is she precious to you, Haliman?
Yes.
Roll for conversation skill.
Use 2 luck for this. No wait, 3 luck. I'm gonna use 3 luck. Conversation skill is under social conversation.
Social. Yep.
13.
Mm.
Let me just deduct first.
Why is your empathy so low? Oh well, empathy 1.
Hell yeah.
Okay, then 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 Dmitris speaks out. The reason why I hired you, Haliman, and Hibana, is to look after the safety and the potential well-being of the company. And the reason why I brought you here to New York is for you to actually safeguard the property itself of STREGA. Do you know Diana is the most safeguarded property ever of STREGA Corporation?
She never told me much of her working life. Never asked.
She mostly stays quiet. And do you know how many enemies we have outside that wants to see her dead and wants to see me dead? But if you look at Diana properly, she have not even a single cyberway on her fine, delicate body other than just a simple neural link.
I
Unlike
noticed that.
yourself. Unlike yourself and Hibana, the moment you actually joined STREGA, both of you asked for modifications, and I asked specifically for modifications on both of your body, making sure that you're resilient against any type of firearms. But we sitting here could also jeopardize what we have currently with our conversation. Snipers could be looking up right now through their barrel through this window. And it could be shooting me or shooting you, but you are just a nobody, but I am somebody. As you can feel the barrel of the gun actually in your head, she speaks again further and said, what can you bring to the company, Haliman? What can you bring to STREGA to actually ensure Diana's safety?
Well, I can make weapons, or better yet, upgrade your weapons.
Upgrading
Whichever
weapons
you
and
want.
weapons means nothing. You are in the R&D. You are now working for Mr. Chaiman, or Pakcik Chaiman, you call him. But
Yep, Pachi.
the reason why you and Hibana is here is because I see a future in both you and Hibana. A future that Elliot failed to see. You hear the name Elliot, Haliman, and you're unsure where this conversation is going. But you can roll for human perception or deduction. Your choice.
Okay, deduction is under social, right?
You know, deduction on
Deduction.
education.
Right. Let me roll for deduction.
Okay, deduction.
What?
Okay, deduction. You know Elliot, President Elliot actually took up looking after STREGA Corporation. You know that she's a business partner with other major corporations in New York and other parts of the world. But other than that, you do not know much about Elliot's black dealings further beyond that. Based on your deduction is 13, then Dmitris, I tell you, you do not know much about President Elliot. I know about her ever since I was recruited to the company. Ever since I actually grew up in the company when it first started. I've seen how things go, I've seen how things grow. And I've seen how Elliot does her job. And I follow her methods. Her methods, as I can say, is very unorthodox. It can be very murderous in a way.
In other words, outside of the book. Is that it?
In other words, I want to tell you, Haliman, do you have what it takes to be part of this corporation?
So I get to see her safe and sound. I'm going to put my I'll need to put all chips in. No takebacks. Simple as
Is that your word, Haliman? Do you protect her? I will not always be here to protect her. I always have enemies, people they want to take me down. People take me down, people will take Elliot down easily. However, I am the VP of STREGA Corporation. STREGA is the president. But my main goal is to see yourself and Hibana to actually grow up that corporation ladder. I want you to head back to Night City once this concert is done. Most of my men will be here to look after her, but you don't have to worry. New York is as safe as it can be for the time being. But regardless, there are still people targeting her, targeting me. And for the meantime, people are now targeting you. But do I have your word that you really attack her?
I will. And if there's any inside problem, well, I'm gonna kill them myself. Is that good
Roll
enough for you?
for conversation or persuasion under social skills.
Persuasion.
Dmitris then looks to you. You can see from the side mirror, you can see that her eyes are staring at you. You can see that she actually means business. As you can see that her revolver actually is like pointing at your head. And Dmitris then speaks and said, Strega is dying, Haliman. That's the truth. Business is not what it used to be. Elliot is blinded by her vengeance, blinded by her self-destruction. I've seen it throughout the years. I've seen it as I grew up. I've seen it when I'm with her. I have seen it when Diana was there, when Elliot was there, putting her words into Diana's mind when she was young. But now Diana is our songbird, our personal rocker boy, or rocker girl, if you're going to be more specific. But now Elliot sees something in Tsubaki Lee. I'm just worried that if Tsubaki Lee ever reach a certain potential in his, well, let's just say
His what?
if Tsubaki ever reaches a certain potential and Elliot sees that, Diana will be nothing more than just, you will know, Haliman. You have a choice, Haliman. A choice that you need to choose. Making sure that Tsubaki doesn't reach that height. But if Tsubaki doesn't, Elliot will need to do something to either both of them. Either Tsubaki goes or Diana goes. Either way. But it will not be me that will pull the trigger.
You want me to do it? Is that it?
Haliman, that's the reason why you're here. And I trust you. I could have just easily end you here right now. I would just bring
But
you. But
they will cause a lot of trouble. Unnecessary trouble. I may be wrong.
then after she pulls back her revolver from behind your head. And at the moment you see was you heard a sound at the back. And the last thing you see on the right side of your shoulder, you see the handle of the revolver. And then she actually looks to you and then she said, "This is for you. This was mine. This was my father's. I'll pass it to you. Use it to protect Diana."
I will. I take the revolver and then sex the barrel. And
6
do
ammo.
nice.
This is
And
special. This was
Ah.
modified by me and also upgraded by Pak Cik Chaiman, as you actually call it. You're good in this. You can actually make it better. Besides, I already have you, and I have 4 of my people with me. I don't need much protection. Besides, my body itself is already a weapon. I've trained and honed my skills throughout the years, and you should do the same, Haliman. Sometimes what's in your brain could be used and could be good, but you should train yourself to be better. Be the hunter that you need to be. But I'll put that in your head. Come, let us go. The concert will be waiting for us. You need to get all the systems up and ready, and I need a business to attend.
Alright then.
You see Dmitris head out from the car and head out through the door while waiting for you. You're under the rain. You can see New York from the top of this tower. Dmitris head in, and after that, you were the last to enter. And that was it. Now, and Tsubaki Lee, you two arrive at
Basically,
the big
she
fight.
rushes in and holds the door open for Tsubaki.
Wow, such a gentle lady. I mean, gentleman. It's supposed to be Tsubaki that does that. Well, anyways, but as you entered, the rain outside is just pouring hard. Hibana. Tsubaki, as you actually standing there within the car, the rain actually hitting the windshield, you pondered and think to yourself, your hand is like bandaged up after what Elliot did to you. You look at Hibana actually rush through the door, opening the door and asking you to come in. You don't have to roll for human perception for this, but as Hibana is holding the door for you, what do you want to do, Tsubaki?
Am I inside the car or outside the car right now?
You're inside the car, you're not outside yet.
I continue sitting there. I just not looking at her because of whatever happened previously, especially the hand thing. Is like I'm not in the mood to go inside there, so I'll just stay in the car. It's rude and what's it called? Oh yeah, what's it called? Hibana is the one that's driving. Yeah, I remember. Tsubaki refused to move out the car until she goes in.
Okay. All right. Hey, Hibana, you can see that Tsubaki is like still inside the car, probably still having some shock after what happened to him because of Elliot. But you enter the big fight. It's just like a simple bar. You can see a woman at the bar, found herself like looking at you. Hello, you want anything?
Just coffee for the time being, thank you.
Okay, coffee it is. And after that, the woman at the counter screams out, "Bog! One coffee!" You can hear from the other side. Alright! Then, as you sat and pondered what's going to happen. Okay, Ivana. You're now waiting for Remy. But you're also at the same time waiting for Mao. But Mao not arrived yet. While they actually sat there, Tsubaki is still inside the car, refusing to actually go out. But Tsubaki...
while I'm in the car, I want to step another speed heal to boost back my HP, just so that I'm in like, it's like quote unquote injured, but then it's like back to full health. So I'm just stepping another speed heal. Yeah, speed heal. So I'm back to full health, although I'm injured, but I'm back to full health. So that once I'm done.
But you cannot. But this is only per day. You already use it. They already used it during the last session, so you can't use it anymore.
It's not a next day.
It's not even a day.
It's a day. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just like try to rest for a bit inside the car before I move in.
Yeah, you can't use this because this event is not even a day yet. You already used it previously.
Okay.
This is just few hours difference.
Then continue.
Alright, so what else do you want to do other than... You can't use your speed heal, so what else do you want to do?
Well, I can't do shit, so I might as well just walk in by myself. So I'll just walk in, but I'm not sitting next to Hibana. after the incident with Mary, I just sitting there, the other side, and
Right.
I'll just order green tea. I'll just order green tea, but I'll continue like trying to find ways to heal back my hand lah. Because obviously my hand is like my quote unquote golden hand because it's like, you know, that's what I use for playing guitar and everything. And now that my guitar hand is injured, is I'm trying to like find ways to make sure that it's not beyond repair or whatever.
Right. Hey, you can see the woman actually with green red hair looking at you. She's behind the counter. Ah, another customer. And then she looks, so, what do you want?
Green tea, thanks. You can see that he's trying to bustle up the what's it called? The strength to say very well. Oh yeah, I can do first aid. I can do first aid, right? Can I do first aid?
As long as it's not like once per day kind of thing, if you want to use first aid, can go for it. First aid.
Nice.
Okay.
You are stabilized.
First aid. My investment on first aid is working.
You are stabilized, and you'll start healing when you rest.
That's all.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just patching up, just make sure that it's not beyond repair because in internal damage, whatever, trauma, whatever. So yeah.
Right.
So it's like, while I ordered my green tea, I was like, I'm trying to like do some quick patch up and everything because we didn't go to clinic. Obviously, we didn't go to the clinic. Nobody fucking declared anything. So I'm just doing my own. I'm just doing my own. Yeah, MacTech have to like save his own self, man. Who's gonna save him if he doesn't save himself, right?
Yeah, you can heal yourself, that's for sure. What?
I could, but yeah.
Crush fingers, right?
Okay.
Technically speaking, I have surgery and paramedics, so I don't think that's the right place for it right now.
No.
So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use first aid for now. Until we went.
You're in a diner. You can't perform surgery in a diner. That'd be
I
funny.
mean, you could, but it'll look fucking ridiculous.
You have to remember,
Weird.
sometimes I call for it.
Yes, you get kicked out because you look like a fucking cyber psycho.
Anyway, continue.
Right.
I don't want to drag.
The bartender actually walked over to you, and then she just asked you, "Are you alright, love? You look like you just stabbed yourself in the hand."
It's like you see that he's mustering up his worry smile. It's like accidents happen. Don't worry. But yeah.
She passed you your green tea, then you give her 10 eddies, and then after that, then you see her walk over to you, Hibana, and then pass you your drink, and then ask, do you want anything to go with that? Any food to go with this? And then she also looks to Tsubaki. If you want some breakfast, you just need to ask away.
Nothing for the time being. I'm expecting someone. So yeah. I'll wait for them to come by, then I'll see if they wish to order up anything.
And then she walks over to Tsubaki and asks Tsubaki, do you want to have any breakfast?
Well, if it isn't too much, maybe ramen. I don't know, do you have it here? Or something?
Ramen. We don't serve ramen, we just serve simple, cheap breakfast.
Then I guess sandwich is fine if you have sandwich. Club sandwich. I'm permission. Like you see that he's trying to just like trying to find a conversation that just ignoring his pain. So I was like, yeah, I think sandwich is fine, sandwich. Or chicken waffle. I don't know, whatever your specialty. You know, I'm all up for it.
Or chicken waffle. Alright. Then chicken waffle it is. And she starts screaming from the table. Like, chicken waffle.
Oh, that was
Then
I was like in my mind, I was like, what? That was a thing? I just thought of that as something that pops up in my mind. There she sells chicken waffles? Interesting.
Then Box screamed back from the kitchen and said, we don't have chicken! Then the woman said, didn't you say that fucking meat do you have? Right. The Box said, I'll start beating the meat. And the woman now looks to you, Tsubaki. Alright, your chicken waffle with cream will be coming out soon.
There's like, you see that he's smiling back. It's like, thanks.
Then after that, sitting there, Hibana, you drank, looking at Tsubaki. Tsubaki, you drank, but not looking at Hibana. Then Hibana, what you gonna do?
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna sit here as my back facing behind her. So it's like yeah, I'm literally like trying to not look at her because of whatever happened earlier on.
Right.
I don't know what to do because I'm like, honestly speaking, Tsubaki has no right to judge because he went gallivanting for 3 months. So she feels like he owes her an apology.
Just like you have no right to judge Tsubaki. I have no right to judge you, but you have no right to judge why I'm doing this. So it's like, yeah.
I'll just continue drinking coffee for the time being. Like, I can't do I can't do anything until he can, man up and chooses to, overcome this thing. Because she did try to, save him, and it's not her fault that he got stabbed.
You can walk over to Tsubaki and slap him in the face and tell him straight, "Man up, Tsubaki Lee. You're a man, damn it. You're not a woman."
Actually, no. Okay, due to how close the distance is, I'll just say this to him, since obviously he can hear. She just says this to him. Look, we're in this together. You can sit there all you want and ignore me, but eventually, Elliot is gonna have to make you choose between 6 feet under or killing someone you actually care about.
At least I know what I'm choosing. I'd rather choose 6 feet under than to be safe in a world that they're no longer my friend. Unlike you. Then he just pop out. Then he just completely ignore Hibana from now on and just pop out his what is it called? His headphone and just not refuse to listen to Hibana. And then before while I popping up my my headphone, I just said very loudly, at least I would rather choose to be 6 feet under than betray my friend. And I just fucking boom my volume to the highest. It's like if you walk by me, you can fucking hear the music.
Alright. Well, Himara, what you wanna do? Well, like Tsubaki won't listen to you. I said, we can just like make this into a drama. Walk over to Tsubaki, just give her a slap. Give him a slap in the face. Yeah, just do it.
Actually,
do it.
Actually, like she'll just walk over to him and just give him like a stirred look, pushes the headset down and says, "Ignore me all you want, but you will come back crawling for help. And only then I'll enjoy helping you, just for the sake of it, to prove that you can't do this all on your own. You can be high and mighty in front of Elliot, but like I said, she will enjoy tearing that humanity of yours apart. Tsubaki, everybody's life is on the line. One wrong move, Haliman could pay the price, not you. Hell, she won't kill you. She'll kill Haliman, or worse. She'll tell you to kill him. Even someone like me have somebody that I care for.
Are you fucking done? This is the first time you heard Tsubaki curse. It's like, are you fucking done?
No.
If you're done, let me enjoy my food. I do not appreciate my food being disturbed, especially by you nagging.
If you don't like it, go back to the car.
If you want to do it, but right now I'm not in the mood to talk to you right now.
If you don't like
I have a fucking handed too.
If you don't like it, go back to the car and wait there until everybody's here. But I will not tolerate disrespect from a second-rate rocker like you.
Disrespect? You call this disrespect? This is the best respect I could have given you. Do you know why it's called disrespecting you? Here, you see that this is what the Tsubaki did. I literally trying to pick up the cup and try to splat on you, but I stop it before it splashes out. This is what I would have been disrespecting you. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm giving you the best respect I'm giving right now. If I'm not respecting you, Hibana, Suzuki, Miss Suzuki, I won't even talk to you right now. Not even for Elliot that I would talk to you. This is the best respect I'm giving you right now. And if you're calling me again a second rate, by all luck, fine. Kill me under 6 feet under. For all I fucking care, because you wish
You
to be
went
in the
gallivanting in Japan, leaving all of us to pick up the pieces after you basically got a free pass, and you expect us to welcome you in open arms? Where were you for Haliman when he actually almost got shot and killed trying to cover up for another friend? Oh wait, you weren't here? A friend died trying to protect him. I never got the chance to know her, but I think she would have been a better friend than you are. Some friend you are. You go gallivanting in Japan while your friend was in the ER more times than we could ever count.
Oh, you think I was gallivanting? Bitch, you don't even know what I'm going through right now. For all the things I done behind every one of you all, you don't even know, and you dare to say that I could not even judge you. You don't judge me. You don't fucking think that I got away just because I have a fucking free pass. Hibana, I don't care what you have to do during my time when I was away. You do not know what I have been doing when my time was away from Night City. You know what? You know what? You know what? Fine. Whatever you want to think, you think, okay? Ma'am, I'm leaving now. The tab will be on me. Have a nice day, Miss Suzuki. I'm not here to talk to you anymore. If you do not want to listen to me at all, and if you only ever want to judge me, so be it. But the things, you remember what you did in the first time when we met, that you won't even pay for 100 eddies just because you're too broke to pay for shit. Have a nice day, Miss Suzuki.
I was naive and I was naive and
I just leave.
Oh, okay, before anything, alright, Mao, you drove in, and then after that you see Tsubaki, so they're like leaving the bar. What do you do, Mao?
Oh, okay. Gotta pull over. No, do the cleaning. Yeah. Tsubaki. Hey, Tsubaki, over here.
Let me be outside here, and I just like, whose car? Wait, whose car is this? Whose car is it? Is this Hibana's car?
Yeah,
I almost wanted to break the car before like Mao saw me, and it's like, oh, it was like, Mao, is that you, Mao?
And then I take off my helmet because it's a full face like a racing helmet, right? And then pull down my hair. Yeah, Tsubaki. Been a while, and what brings you to this little dumpy place? Let me guess. Hibana's in there, and you're out here. Something does not add up.
I'm sure you are not good as well, and yes, you're right. That woman is inside there. I'm refusing to calling her names right now. From now on, she will be known as the woman. And yes, she's inside there, and I do not want to talk about her right now. I'm sure you felt the same way as well. I'm not sure about you and her right now, but I'm very much done talking to her after all the things that she has done. But yes, it's good to see you, Mao. How's it been? It's like you see that Tsubaki just laid down his guitar or his samisen. That's like almost trying to bash the fucking windshield. But that's like
Tsubaki, that thing I do not know much about music, but that thing's expensive. You know, don't break it.
Yeah, well, it's just that as much as what happened to my hand right now, I don't know, man. It's like everything is such a blur right now. Mao, what have we got ourselves into, man?
Well, it's the city that changes us. There's no way we can change the city, I guess.
Yeah, I was hoping to change the city with the music, but as far as I'm concerned right now, I don't think anything is changing. If anything, just like you said, they are changing us instead of us changing them.
Well, of course, there will be. I'm sure there will be something that we can do. I mean, hey, come on! I'm trying hard to find my father around. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, how's everything?
But I'm still here. But I'm still here. Oh, probably what we need to do is, we may not able to see the future today. Maybe through efforts, blessings, or if you believe in some some mojo thing called religion. Maybe they call it divine intervention. I'm not so sure. But so far, I haven't seen that mojo divine intervention yet.
Well, you all want to talk about divine in what again? In intervention? Whatever that thing you call. Yeah, I'm not sure is it working in Night City right now, but hey, it's always best to believe in something that you believe in, right? Rather than being, it's like you see that he paused for a bit and looked behind. It's like, well, rather than someone's being so aimless, looking for something just all the way up, betraying all her friends and so on, just to get where she wants to be. Yeah, I much rather believe in something much more better than that, I guess.
Well, remember, I mean, the last time we went to Izunio, my favorite fortune teller. Maybe it means something.
What? Okay. Player talk. I don't think I ever went to Izunia. That's not me.
Actually, only Priscilla went to Izunia, but not Tsubaki. Tsubaki was there in Japan, so yeah. Tsubaki actually doesn't know about the fortune teller.
So wait, sorry. What do you mean by Izunia? I don't think I heard of that place again.
Nah, I'm gonna send you the address to my favorite fortune teller. Maybe you can go see him. Look for something. Maybe he will give you the answer.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anything is better than nothing, I guess. At this point, I don't know, man. It's been 3 months. You look so different, Mao.
Of course, I look different, and then I use my cam hair, change my hair color to purple and green with a green highlight.
Wow, I see that you have. Well, you always look the same. Wow, no matter who you are, you always look the same. It's good to know that you are still the same Mao I know.
Well, I hope it doesn't change a lot, but everything has a two side. Why that person I treat as the sister of mine willingly go and sleep with the enemy.
Well, beats me. You have to get that answer from her. I ain't gonna get that answer from her because talking to her stresses me out so much. And you know how they say about stress. Stress is gonna make you old. However it is. Whatever the saying goes, stress is not good for you. Or for me. Or for anyone.
Well,
like you see that Tsubaki is trying to make cracking a small joke. It's like trying to lighten up the mood. It's like you see that he's trying to smile, but deep down it's just a facade to hide his pain from his hand and everything.
I mean, having some stress is not all that bad. Makes you feel alive.
Well,
but that's always
I don't think it's the right place to continue talking. It's like the rain is getting heavier. I think you would want to be inside. Me, I think I'll be somewhere else. I'm not quite sure. I'll find some shades to be away until you guys done talking. I'm really not in a great mood to talk to that woman right now. Every time she talks, it's like I don't know, man. It's like she never goes through her mind that what's going on, and she just thinks that whatever she was talking is like she makes sense, but it doesn't fucking make sense.
Well, at least she's coming alone rather than you, so I'll take that as a sign of at least a minimal trust.
Well, I'm forced to come, okay? She's like the driver and everything. I mean, I could walk back if I want to, but...
Roll for human perception, Tsubaki.
Human perception, hold on, yeah. Human, social. 12!
Yep. What Mao told you earlier on, at least she's here alone. At least you got some minimal trust. If Hibana wanted to actually do stuff to you, she would have done it. And she have already protected you for quite some time. So what Mao said is actually the truth.
Yeah, but then again, what she did and what she said is total different things. So it's it's still a bit of a trust issue there. Because what she said and what she did is total two different things. In how Tsubaki is feeling it lah. It's like she's trying to do this, but then she's doing that. So it's like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Make up your fucking mind. That's what Tsubaki is trying to say.
Right.
Well,
Alright,
rain
Mao,
good for my hair. Rain is not good for my hair.
you decide to actually leave Tsubaki there under the rain. Tsubaki, if you're under the rain for too long, I will have to roll for endurance because there are repercussions for standing under the rain in Night City.
Is there any other shades besides Big Bites?
Nope. The only shade is inside the bar itself. That's the reason why you're here. You're supposed to have that conversation.
And
Yeah.
like, well,
And then-
if Mao is here, then I'm willing to go in with Mao instead. But only if Mao or Remy is here, because I can't stand Hibana right now. Tsubaki can't stand Hibana right now, especially it's like she's trying to do all this mumbo jumbo shit to him. It's like not explaining clearly, but then it's like want me to like nose her like immediately. It's like it makes sense, man. Make it make sense, man. Seriously.
Right. Okay, Hibana,
Mhm.
you see Mao coming in to the bar through the door. And then behind her, you can see Tsubaki. They obviously are still angry about like what happened. But Mao, you see Hibana there sitting down, actually like drinking her coffee. It is
Actually,
still, of course, early in the morning.
She stands up to basically to meet Mao, and like in a voice filled with relief, she's like, "My God, thank you for coming. How have you been?
Sit down, sister.
Coffee?
You-
anything?"
You. This is highly irregular for me to do this. Diner, coffee, heavy cream, minimal sugar.
You see her like looking at you. Ah, another friend. Ah, coffee, cream. All right. That's what about.
And butter, jam, toast.
Oh, butter jam. Toast. Okay. Then Tsubaki just standing there near the door under the shade, and Mao just sat there looking at Hibana while waiting for your coffee.
Yeah, and then I put my medium pistol on the table. As a sign of trust, at least I will not have to use. At least I'll put this on the table. This goes to show I will not at least going to use this against you when I talk.
Yeah, but then you have another guy
You
under
see
the
the lady.
right.
You
Hell
see the
yeah.
lady at the bar looking at you,
Holy
Mao. Mao, the moment you put the pistol on the table, the lady at the bar said, "No weapons on table or exposed. Keep it within yourself."
Okay,
Salam.
very well.
Oh no, this is gonna be trouble later.
And then,
Very well.
Okay, Mao, you have that conversation with Hibana. Give you guys a few minutes before Vendetta and Remy arrive.
Now, Hibana, now the person that I could call my sister, or more like used to call my sister, suddenly decided to come to this dumpy. I say, to you it's dumpy, for me it's cozy, okay? It's relative to this place to, talk. I wonder.
Wonder what? I haven't gone fully to the other side. I just
Haven't gone fully the other side. And after 3 months not seeing Tsubaki, seeing for 1 day, and then the next 3 months, and hole in the hand. Care to explain?
that one is. I took the full blame of it, and the psycho still stabbed him, just so she can hurt me in giving me an indirect message saying, "I will not torture you, but I will torture those around you, just so I can show you that I can do it." I screwed up and he got punished instead. And she's like, she basically puts her agent
And
in front of you, where there's like a picture of her chest, and you see that this like massive bruise on her chest. And that's when she tells you, "This is what happens when I survived a Desert Eagle. shot from just 5 feet away from her office, and I lived. I told her to punish me instead. She did not hesitate. She picked up the gun and shot me right there and then, and note that it wasn't rubber bullet. My subdermal armor took the full brunt of it, but I still got bruised anyway.
You knew that. You already knew if you had decided to work for a corpo, you use their resources. You're part of the gear. You're part of the cog. And they think you're a broken cog. They can have you replaced.
True, but I figured out the best way.
And you try to be a different cog. You try to be a very different cog in their vast machine of their operation. You try to turn the other way, and everything goes against you.
Try. You see, like, without you even needing to roll, you see, like, she is visibly worried. She is beyond psychotic. She's fixated on things that are irreasonable. Also, she have a message from me to you. She wants to meet you.
And going through you?
I can secure a neutral location of your own choosing and try to tell her to, you know, to meet you there, but I'll maybe end up losing a finger or two.
Might as well just say the terms of what she wants. Doesn't mean that you need the person. Every couple wants a thing, never a person. Persons are just too unreliable.
She basically puts her hand across the table. Do you remember the thing that we did 3 months ago? The very
What?
The
name list?
Yeah, you still have it.
I still have it here. Memory chip right here. Good thing I loaded it up.
She's like, do you showcase the memory chip or what?
No, I just put it in the palm. Put it in my palm.
Oh, okay, she's like, you see
right here.
You see Hibana like covers it. Are you insane? This thing could land both of us in a 6 feet grave if that thing ever gets out. You need to get rid of it.
I haven't get. You want so? Number one, I can have someone just break it and it will be gone forever, and nobody will ask for it. Number two, I have a way to, you know, dispose of it in a way that the information will go to another party, and that lands you in trouble.
Either way,
I could be off the hook.
Either way, I'm already in trouble because Remy was seen on security tapes hunting a listening device. I missed it, but yeah, she saw it, and now she's a bit more paranoid.
See, even Remy starts to distrust you. The people around you are distrusting you. And the only variable that changed is you have joined BOS, and you make Tsubaki pay for. I mean, you then you have Tsubaki to tag along for you for the plane.
I wasn't the only
and
one.
And then I open up 3 fingers just to barely expose the memory chip in there, and just all because of this shiny little bubble.
That shiny little bubble will end up getting people killed. I think the only reason why she hasn't realized that you actually have it is because she think you know its location. If word ever got out that you actually physically have it, she'll move heaven and earth in order to get it.
So, expose or return to sender or return to owner or MIA on this thing. Y'all can do that.
But
we have the power.
But there is a 4th choice.
What?
Remy is a jerk. Okay.
Crazy, roll for your deduction. I need to give you some tips already. No choice.
Deduction is education. Is it rolling?
Yeah.
Yes, and you
Okay.
rolled very well. Very, very
Just
well, my
wondered.
friend.
Even though you
For-
have the chip, Elliot will probably want that chip back. Or, by the way, you need to actually give it back to Dmitris to be in a good shoes. Or you can actually give it to Elliot. Either way, you have the chip. Nothing have to be done here with Hibana. Hibana can also tell. No, you know for a fact that Hibana can actually tell Elliot that you have the chip, and Elliot can get you killed and stuff. But the real purpose you are also here. You know that Hibana is actually the manager for the club that you went to during that night. But you just got so drunk when you went back with Witchipper that you forgot everything. There is a code that was actually given to you. A code that you're supposed to go to the club to actually seek out the truth that you need. You need to bring this conversation with Hibana regarding that code and regarding that club. And in order for that to work, Tsubaki need to work together with you and Hibana. So now, I have no choice but to railroad you guys. You roll the high deduction. I'm giving you the tip. Don't waste any more time with pointless conversation. Go straight to the point.
And I happen to have an informant giving me this little piece of nice code. I wonder how did he get it? Looks like not just Remy has been snooping around. Someone else has been snooping around. It seems to point towards your club. This 9-digit code about something.
My club. I inherited the management of the club, but I have no idea what's. It's just a club, isn't it?
You tell me. Looks like there's something juicy in your club.
You hear, Tsubaki says that it's just a. When Tsubaki hears Hibana say, he just goes like, you think this is just a fucking club? It's a fucking club for STREGA, piece of stupid head. It's like, you see that Tsubaki was just murmuring under his breath.
It's not just a club, it's a shitty club.
Alright.
There is something that, as how do I put it? A net enthusiast will find it very interesting.
Well, I know my office is heavily. There is a security camera in my office, but there is a way around to get that code into whatever it's supposed to, interface with. We're gonna need Tsubaki to play the best concert of his life, enough to distract everybody, including my own people in the club itself. And you need to be physically there in my office. The best cover that I could give up is that you just come in with a bottle of whiskey to reminisce. And depending
Or how about and then I have my camp skin. And I tan out my skin color.
Okay. Are you able to hide in plain sight?
It's called a disguise. It's called hiding in plain sight.
But you're still gonna need to be in my office along with me. Otherwise, it's gonna look very much awkward if I'm not there.
Of course.
So,
I'm trusting you, dude. I'm trusting you for this one time.
it's not about a matter of trust, it's a matter of a worst case scenario. My ass is gonna be on the line. And I'm gonna have to, forced into making a choice right there and then. If we do it all the way. No stopping, no second guessing, no nothing.
Of course, there is no half-assing this one. Remember the first time when we go to the piranhas and not half-assing it?
Yeah. But
It's going to be something similar but a different scale. Other than against gangs, we're against the one little toe of the gopo.
you just see her standing, like, looking at Tsubaki and saying, I'm sorry that you got stabbed, but honestly speaking, It's my fault, and she's punishing me by using you. Please just come in and sit down and let's agree on a plan. You standing by the door is not helping anybody.
And by the way, Remy, it looks like our good old friendship be coming in any time now.
Okay, Tsubaki Lee. After that conversation, you hear Hibana actually talking to you, but actually standing outside there looking into the rain. Somehow, you hear commotion on the right side of the bar itself. People speaking in Spanish, Japanese, even in German, even in Malay. Also like, "Oi, bagaimana kau orang? Cepatlah!" And after that, yare, yare, and stuff like that. And then you hear, roll for your perception, Tsubaki Lee.
Wait, awareness, perception. Nah. Nah.
You see a bunch of booster gangs coming from the right. Then you can see them. It's like you can see the tattoo on their arms and their face, like some lion or some tiger. Roll for your streetwise.
Oh no, wait, streetwise is underwear again. Hold on.
I think it's under social.
Social skills, streetwise.
Streetwise. 14.
Okay, you're not too sure which gang is this. But roll for your local expert, Chinatown. If you don't have it, just roll for local expert.
Wait, hold on. I need to like ching chong ning nong this shit. Wait, where the fuck is that thing?
Under education.
Education. If you
Local
don't have it,
expert.
you don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it. I only have local expert.
Okay.
It's okay. It's just I don't know. I have no idea.
They walk
But
over
I
to you.
Nihongo. Can I try listen to their Nihongo?
It's like they actually look to you, and then after that they all like stand outside the door, and then they just like look at you. One of them actually like speak Malay to you and said, "Oi budak, rambut sekeluar, kacau nak orang masuk." Do you have language Malay?
Of course not. I'm very fucking Asian. I am so Asian. I
And
wash
after that,
my
one of them
Malay's
is like,
Asian.
looks to them and have said, "Hey, Lakayero." It's like roll for your Japanese language and education. Your language, your Japanese, your like the language skill is really bad here. It's like the only thing you know is idiot, get lost from coming on this man.
Can I roll for Japanese as well since I have it?
Yeah, you can.
I just assume that he wants me to get out, so I just get out, like literally get out.
Okay, Hibana, you see Tsubaki actually like being pushed away, and after one of the Japanese guy like push him away, you hear the language as they say, "Hey, idiot, get lost! You're blocking the way."
Oh, okay.
Now they're all coming in. When they all come in, they also stared at you, Mao, and you, Hibana. They have to slowly walk. But when you look at the gang tattoo, okay, Hibana and Mao, please roll for your social skills streetwise and also local expert. Okay.
Okay, streetwide.
If you don't have it.
Streetwide first, and then local expert. I don't have local expert, so I'm gonna have to put it in. Right.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That is 0, Chinatown.
I'm only near my home. Near my home place only. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in my home place, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
You look at the gang tattoo. You look at the gang tattoo. They're known as the Harimau Malaya group.
Hey, that sounds like a Malaysian football team, huh?
Because it is.
Damn. Because they couldn't get into FIFA, that's why they're here now.
Yeah. I'm gonna add in the Singapore group also in
Yeah. Then they clash.
What's the name of the Singapore
gods.
the football team again?
I think it was like the something Lions or something.
Yeah, Lions.
One tiger, one lion, huh?
They are sworn enemies. Harimau Malaya and the rest group are sworn enemies. They will kill each other on the spot.
Wait, let me research. I think it's called what is it called? Okay.
Lions, right?
I think it's the Singapore Lions.
Yeah, I think so.
The Singapore Lions was so far away in that city. It's like SG Lion, call them. Singa.
The Lions.
Singa.
It's called the Lions.
Singapura.
Yeah.
It's called the Lions.
Anyways,
The Lions.
they ordered. They start banging the table. You see two people at the other end here, Mao and Hibana. They actually start to leave. And then when they start to leave, one of them, with the Sabah eye on his right, is like connected to his brain, grab one of the women. Is like, "Hey, sayang, janganlah pergi. Hey, come accompany us here. Your boyfriend can leave, but you can stay." And you see the man like here is like said, can you just let her go? I'll pay for your time. I'll pay for everything. Smart choice, Buddha. Hey girl, you should leave him and be with us. We got the stuff. But he doesn't. Besides, 5 of us for one of you is more than enough, right? And then, okay, Mao, Hibana, what do you two want to do? Ignore? Continue talking?
I look at Mao as all of this was happening and ask Mao, your choice. Either we move now or, much like our reality, we just let it happen, knowing full well the end result.
Oh, you want to see?
Okay, Tsubaki Lee, what do you want to do? You can actually enter. You actually hear the commotion.
I walk in. I does something. Wait, let me see what I'm doing first. I need to know what I'm doing first before I do something.
I'm doing something.
I'm doing something. What should I do?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
walk in, like
exactly.
walk in and let me do something. Or like, what should I do?
Wait.
I do before I
Wait, you entered the diner without thinking what to do, and now you want to think?
I'm trying to disengage. I'm not disengage. Like I'm trying to like
Diffuse the situation, mate.
diffuse the situation by doing this.
So you want to do Kakushi Ken no Jutsu, Tenketsu. This attack.
But I'm trying to disarm him. Wait, is it disarm? Wait, this is not disarm. Is this disarm? Wait, hold on. Oh wait, this is not disarm. This is disarm. Hold on. Okay, technically it's not disarming, but then it's like, yeah.
Oh,
if he's
okay.
holding and I'm just making sure that if he's holding anything, he's not holding the anything, and the hand is on me right now. I would just assume that way.
Okay. You try to do that to this man over here. You walk over. But because it's quite a distance, one of them actually step in front of you before you can even do anything.
No. I'm trying to go there, but because I don't want to block the character arc, so I'm just putting myself here.
Okay. So I'll just put here and put here. But before you could anything, one of them actually stopped in front of you and actually talked to you in Japanese. And then he said, like, don't try to be a hero. Otherwise, you are gonna get burned. So you stay at the back and let my boss talk to you later, if he finds you interesting. But this man over here is still holding the woman at the back. And the woman is like screaming, like, let me go. But as this thing was actually like going on, the man actually looked to you, Tsubaki, and then roll for your charismatic impact.
Oh dear God.
Okay, not high enough. The man actually let the woman go. He got up from the chair. And you see the two couples actually walk out, run past you, Tsubaki.
I just say go.
Straight up.
I just quickly tell them go.
And then you see this huge man walk over to you, stare you down. My. Nampaknya looks like we have the unquote, he put his 2 fingers up, the famous Tsubaki Lee. Your song is good, but not good enough. If you know how to play the dangdut, maybe I'll love you more. But since that your song is too rock, I rather not. Come on, boys, let's enjoy our breakfast. Leave this so-called rocker boy there under the rain where he belongs. Perhaps up to this. Baik, boss, you hear them saying, like, you sure, boss? And then they start ordering. Hey! Teh tarik satu! Roti canai!
bruh.
What?
They got a
Wrong
pizza head,
place, my man. Wrong place. Excuse
And then
me.
you see like Bulk coming in. Ah, hey, no trouble, all right? So it's gonna be like some bread and some, all right, drinks, all right, fine. Then they start. Then you see Bulk actually walking in. He's a huge man, and you see the bartender is like standing there, and then looking around and sitting there staring at the Then, but Tsubaki, you're standing there, staring at them. They're actually looking at you. And then one of them may say, "Are you gonna stand there like an idiot, or are you gonna move away?"
Yeah. And then Tsubaki. And then I'm Tsubaki. And then I tap the chair beside me.
I just sit beside him and
Right here.
I just beside Mao and I just ignore them, ignore Hibana, and I just like talk to Mao. I was like, yeah, Mao, what's up?
No.
All right. But
And then
before
and,
this,
and then I give.
as this thing was going on, okay, the commotion and everything, after the two couple ran off, all right, Remy and Vendetta, you two arrive under this heavy rain. You're surprised to see two couples actually like run past you as you're actually driving in. Okay, Vendetta and Remy, roll for your human perception as they were staring at these two couples. Under social skills. Okay, Remy is 11. Vendetta is...
Ooh. What? Wait, what? What the shit? No. What? How?
Okay.
How?
Vendetta, you saw them running fast. You noticed that they're actually scared. Remy, you noticed that maybe they're just running away from the heavy rain. But Vendetta, you noticed that even though they're not running away from this heavy rain, you also noticed that the look of like fear in their face as they run past your car. But Remy, you drove the car and then parked it nearby. You saw Mao's bike outside this bar. Outside
Vendetta
this
taps.
diner.
Taps on Remy's shoulder. Might be trouble.
Why is that? Just raining,
Those,
right?
those two. They seem afraid. They ran out of the bar. You know, I've been involved with this kind of things too much to let this kind of thing slide.
What do you suggest?
I don't know. Just be cautious, I guess. And who are we here to meet?
We're here to meet Mao, which you were sleeping when it happened. Organized this meetup earlier. And we're also here to meet Hibana. Word of warning on her, like just take what she says as a grain of salt. She's a little wrapped up in things at the moment, and while I think she means well, she's got her things in the wrong places.
The corporal lady, you mean?
Yeah, that's right. The one in the
You
one,
met her already.
the manager at the bar, yes.
Yep.
Hibana. Okay, let's hit it. As Vendetta pulls out an umbrella, a little black umbrella from behind, from her duffel bag, and offers to like shelter Remy as well. And forgets. Oh yeah, she's much shorter, and she just gets out of the car with umbrella in hand, wielding umbrella.
I just get out and start walking in.
Let's go.
I walk into the doorway.
I mean,
and
Vendetta,
have a look
as you
around.
two, Vendetta, you pick up the umbrella. But the moment you actually enter through that door, Remy, you don't see any other people here other than Hibana. And then you're surprised to see Tsubaki is there, and Mao, which you have not seen for some time. But
And some
you
random gang.
see other booster gangs, however, in the middle of this diner, making a large ruckus. Yeah, like making some large ruckus. and some dried bread. It's like, oh, they're speaking in multiple language. One guy speaking in Spanish, one guy speaking in Japanese, one guy speaking in Malay, one guy speaking in German, one guy speaking in Portuguese, and then one guy speaking in in Cantonese and Mandarin and so on. Like this is a multiracial group.
Herb,
But
I know
but the
all
moment you
these
see their
languages.
tattoos on their faces in their hand, yes. Like when the moment you see their tattoos, both of you, okay, Remy and Vendetta, roll for your social skills streetwise, and also if you have local experts, it's like for Chinatown, roll for it. Japantown.
Let's go. Chinatown or Japantown? Because they are.
It's okay, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Streetwise is already high enough. Okay, so the moment you actually see the tattoos, Remy, you know that this is like the gang known as the Harimau Malaya, or the Malay Tigers, or Malay Tigers, he called himself. But none of them actually really do speak Malay with each other. Like one of them actually do speak Malay, but with a cybernetic eye, and like some sort of hose connected to his head or something. And then after you can see a Japanese guy speaking to him in Japanese, then he replies in Malay. And then another guy sitting on the other side of the table actually speaking Spanish and German, talking to the Japanese guy, and he replies to them in Japanese. It's as if that all this group actually don't really speak English. They're all actually speaking their local dialect, but they all understand each other. But Vendetta, roll for those languages one by one, okay? Spanish, German, Japanese, Malay, okay?
Oh no!
Start rolling, guys.
Spanish.
Your brain
Okay.
explode. Oh my god, so many languages.
And then what? Malay, right?
Malay.
Okay, Malay.
Yeah, Malay.
Mandarin.
Okay, pass.
German, right? Okay.
Yeah, German.
Oh my
pass.
God.
Japanese is my native, so I don't think I need to roll
Yeah.
for that one.
I
Wait,
couldn't
yeah.
find I tried to generate an AI portrait for an Indian guy, but I think AI couldn't even it generated a black
Oh.
dude for me instead of an Indian guy. So,
Oh man.
so yeah, I actually wanted to add Indian, like Indian language.
Oh, Tamil.
Yeah, like I'm there.
Tamil.
Ada, roti canai warna.
Tamil. But okay, Vendetta, they actually just speaking normally. It's like they're actually saying like, hey, like this food is nice, this food is good. And then after one of them, actually, the Japanese guy was telling the boss, of course, the boss talked to him in Malay. The Japanese guy was saying, hey, you shouldn't have let that girl go. Maybe we could actually done something with her. The boss like say, hey, but that guy over there is like talking to Tsubaki Lee. He's like, yeah, but that rocker boy over there just disturbed our, potong steam. He's like cutting some slack, So then after that, the guy in German is speaking, and the guy speaking in German and Spanish like saying, hey, so what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, we're gonna wait and then follow him home, and we'll make some sorry ass about that Tsubaki Lee and make sure they're sorry for actually disturbing us.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
As soon as she sees like Tsubaki and hears that, she kind of nudges Remy. I think.
But it's like you see Tsubaki, Tsubaki only as that singer from the club, but
she
you don't
knows
know
him from the
him very well.
She knows him from the background.
Yeah. Okay. You heard all this.
Yeah.
Now, both you, Remy and Vendetta, both you can actually head over and talk. But only Vendetta, you are literally listening to both sides. This side that you're in, and also that group.
Yeah. She's gonna sit like nearer. She's gonna like. I don't know. Wait, I don't know where's Remy gonna sit. So she's gonna like sit with Remy.
They only slap.
Oh no.
You're a little girl anyway.
Yeah, the little girl. No, kids have small spaces. They can, they're small bodies. They can, fit together.
I know. Oh
The
yeah.
small stool.
Nice. Yeah, that's so. Yeah. Remy, sit here. And then Vendetta will grab the stool. She's gonna just like.
Sit on the baby stool. The baby stool.
Not that small.
And then after that, step, and then just sit here.
Who said that baby can only sit on baby stool? They can sit on the stool just fine. That probably couldn't fit in.
She
can
is-
sit on
There
the
we go.
She is not that short, She is short, yes, but not baby short.
Yeah,
She
she's
doesn't
a
have
baby shot.
like the stool. She can sit on top of the stool.
Oh, okay.
No, this
You
is
see
just
the diner
just a
lady
chair.
arrive?
Just a chair.
The diner lady arrived and then looked to you, Remy. Can I get your order, sir?
Yes, I'll have 3 stacked pancakes with some bacon on the side, and don't spare the maple syrup. Oh, and
All right.
a mocha with Irish cream, thanks. Double shot.
All right, that's good. And then how about you, little girl? Oh, and then she looks to you. You have a very beautiful daughter. Looks to you, Remy. And then she plays with your hair. Oh. You have a very nice niece.
Yeah.
Hi there. As I'd like I'd like 2 souffles, strawberry souffles, extra cream and sprinkles, and hot chocolate with extra cream as well. Make it extra sweet.
And then the moment you actually said that, roll for your conversation on the social skills.
Yay.
Oh.
Yay.
Must
My
be a
best
sweet
my best
eating,
stat.
Must be a sweet eating.
My best stat.
No.
Best stat. Yeah, that's alright. And the lady look to you. Anything for you, little girl? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's like, and you see like the Japanese guy is like, the Japanese guy like looks and suddenly say, it's like, boss.
And she's like, Cassie. And she kind of like cusses
Ay,
this. Oh no.
Like look to you, Vendetta. Oh, they're speaking in Japanese. Roll for your Japanese language.
Oh man. Yeah. Wait, hold on. It's lagging. Give me a second. Here you go. There we go. That's more like it.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like
Whoa.
this Japanese guy like said, "Oh my god, that little girl is cute. I think I want to marry her." And then the guy like speak to him in Malay. Oi, bodoh, awak nak masuk jail ke? Underage lah, budak tu. Like, I'm sure you're stupid. That girl's underage. You want to go to jail?
Yes, I'm underage.
Yeah.
She's just gonna look at Remy and she's gonna say quite loudly, "Yeah, I'm totally underage," in Japanese
And this man
and Malay at the
over
same
here
time.
this man over here speaking in Spanish to the boss. And roll for your Japanese, like for language skill, Spanish.
In Spanish. Oh man. Oh man. Fixer things. Oh.
Yeah. Not as perfect, but almost there. You see this man actually saying, boss, man, over there, police. It's like, and after that you see the man actually speaking. Then roll for your language skill, Malay. Not Bahasa Melayu, Malay.
Yeah. I mean, same, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bahasa Melayu and Malay is the same.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, boys. Yes, it is.
BM. There we go.
Then obviously you see the man over here. They said, okay. Dia like kita tengok dia tu ke dulu ke. Dia like dia tu Remy Lebu. Memang pun dia polis, media sama. They're like, yeah, that man over there is Remy Lebu, media. I'm so low, man. Yeah, I heard stories about him. That nothing for us to do with, but just let him be. If he's gonna do this anything to us, he's speaking in Malay. If he's gonna be doing anything to us, yeah, the boys, we all go on what to do. We're all jack up for this. And then after that, then you see that
Vendetta's
over the
gonna
side of the
speak
table.
very loudly. She's gonna say, we to the groups, like, we are not gonna do anything to them, in Malay.
And you see this man that they look to you. This other person like, oi, so you know how to speak Malay, boss? Oh, cute little girl, you wanna play with me? Huh?
Tahu Melayu.
It's like the man that looked to you, Vendetta, and said, I got some. He speaks to you in Malay. Like, I got some really good lemang I want to give to you. It's like a bamboo shoot with rice. A really long bamboo shoot with rice.
Wait.
And like,
And Tsubaki interject because he's very close to Tsubaki.
Tahu Melayu.
lemang panjang. He call it long lemang panjang.
Lemang panjang.
Alright. Okay, Remy, Hibana, Mao, roll for your human perception on this man over here talking to Vendetta.
Of all the food you have to use, lemang,
It's not a trope. It's not a trope. Vendetta just gets.
Lemak curry, right?
Yes. Remang with cream curry cream.
Oh no,
Yeah.
curry cream.
It's gonna be just a trope, right, Hub? It's just like
Okay.
Vendetta's just gonna be harassed all the time.
All right. Okay, Hibana, you notice that this man over here, he's actually like looking at Vendetta like cheekily, like with his tongue sticking out. But Remy, when you look at this particular man over here, okay, roll for your education skills, criminology.
Oh my god.
I can do that too, right?
Yeah, you can. Anybody with criminology can actually roll.
Hell yeah.
Well, too bad Remy don't have his cop car with him, otherwise he'll have a
I
bonus.
haven't got my coffee yet.
Yeah, coffee. Right, so low.
No!
low.
No! None of my
No,
good
no.
things, come on! What the shit?
The woman arrived with your coffee and all your food and passed it over to the table. And then she told the man over there, next to you, Vendetta, hey, don't disturb my customers. Sit down. And it's like, okay. Alright. But this is actually like simple food. Well, this food is actually quite good. So, like 50 eddies for the food that you ordered. Coffee is usually like 20 eddies. Then after she left. But then so on. Then you hear the conversation again, like Vendetta. Again in Malay. And this man over here talking to the boys and said, hey, how are we gonna beat up Tsubaki if the policeman is over there? Good choice. We'll wait. If Tsubaki tried to make anything stupid, we just beat her up. We beat him up. Besides, we're just gonna follow him home. The rest probably just still like drinking it out. And you can hear again the other man like speaking Spanish and German and said, hey, but that's Remy LeBou. It's like he writes stuff. Maybe he can write us about us. We should be famous. We should be the famous booster gang in the street. It's like, yeah, maybe. Let me try and talk to him. You see the man, huge man, walk over to you, Remy. And then he bows, and then he gives you the Japanese bow and said, hello.
Is he saying it in English?
Yeah, he's saying it in English. But he's saying it in broken English. Hello. Me like you.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, I'm not into that sort of thing.
No. Me like you different way.
Can
I'm not into that sort of stuff either.
can I speak to this man in Japanese?
He
Konnichiwa
doesn't know
sa.
Japanese. Yeah, you can speak Japanese to him.
Yeah, I basically like speak to him in Japanese, saying to the big man, I can translate
Bro, for
between.
language Japanese.
Okay. Language Japanese is under education. Okay, good.
I like you differently. That's not helping, huh?
I like you intimately.
Oh, then Hibana, you speak Japanese to the man, and he like speak, and then the man look to you and they speak to you in Japanese and say, he speak to you in Japanese, Hibana, and they said, oh, I want your friend to write about us, about Harimau Malaya.
I translate exactly as he says it to Remy in
Okay.
English.
All right. So Akili's Japanese is like, oh my God,
Non-existent.
it's like, okay. Then that he sees you, Remy, and he said, write about Harimau Malaya. And Remy, you heard that he wants you to write about Harimau Malaya, this new gang, this new booster gang that live in Night City.
New
And
booster gang.
what would I write about?
Right, that we are a dangerous gang, beating the crap out of those stupid Singapore lion.
Hell yeah, I hate those Singapore lions.
I mean, I don't even know you. How do I know that you can beat the crap out of anyone?
Look at them, Remy. She says in Malayu.
I can't understand that.
Then he look to you, good point. Then they like, okay. You find a Singapore lion, tell them to meet us somewhere, then we fight. No guns, just fists.
I might have a better offer.
But
for
Remy,
you
you
yet.
think to
Not
yourself, are you going to incite a gang war because one guy asked for it?
yet. I think I have a better. I think I have a better idea here. But you're gonna have to prove yourself to me before I even consider writing anything.
All right. They speak to you. Speak to Hibana in Japanese. Rest. I will prove to you.
I've got a place not far from here. If you could prove to me that you can keep it defended, then I might have a job for you.
Then after
And
that,
I'll
he
write
tells Hibana.
I will sell your story on the front page.
Okay, then roll for either social skills, persuasion, or conversation.
Oh man.
Oh, you write about us, we will stay. We will defend. Defend against who?
Singapore Lions.
Anyone that tries to take an opportunity. I mean, you look capable, but I can't say that for certain. If you can come and protect the place, yeah, I could see you up in the big headline quite easily.
Very good offer. Okay, you write about us. I want to see about a gas article within, maybe during the week or the month, Mr. Remy. And then he offers his huge hand to shake your hand.
I'll take his hand, and while he does that, I'll swing my head around and just look towards the lady at the counter, and I'll just say, "I'll take their bill."
The lady at the counter and looks to you, Remy, and said, "All right, that's quite generous of you. Nobody is actually willing to pay for them. Most of the time, their bill is quite high, though. It's okay then." And then they said, "Good. Oh, Remy is a good man." He's speaking in Japanese. Yes. Where is your place?
There's an apartment not far from here. I'll show you after. Just enjoy the rest of your breakfast, huh?
All right. And he speaks to them all in Malay, like, "Hey, kawan-kawan, hey, we need to look after this place. Okay? Jom, boleh. Now we round up the gang. We tell them later."
Saya
Alright,
boleh.
Malaysia boleh.
Malaysia boleh. Yeah, Vendetta will say that on the way out. Malaysia boleh.
They just speak
I'm
there.
surprised.
They're enjoying.
I'm surprised none of them.
Banzai.
Wait. I'm surprised none of them said "Bonjour, boss."
Bojo boss.
And then after you hear,
Not the right
then you
context,
hear this man over here talk to the boss. "Hey, boss, if that little girl over there going to be there, I'm in." And after that, they look to you, Vendetta. "You going to be there, little girl? I think, is that your uncle?" It's like, "Hello, Mr.
what
Remy,"
language?
is speaking to you. It's like speaking to Remy in Spanish. Remy, do you have Spanish?
I do not.
Okay.
wait.
And Vendetta have to translate.
I do not understand in Spanish. Wait.
And then after they like speak Spanish to you, Remy, you listen to him speaking Spanish.
No
And then-
entiendo.
And then after that, they just like sat down. There must be some deal going on. But after that conversation, they're still sitting there, talking and drinking, and the intensity earlier was different as compared to just now. Now they're slightly mellowed down a bit. They seem to be enjoying and having a simple conversation. And now, Remy, now you're here with Hibana, and you're here to actually also introduce Vendetta to Tsubaki, Mao, and Hibana. Okay, Remy, to you.
Tsubaki, so this is Vanessa, but she wants to be
wait.
Vendetta.
Hold on. The agreement was nobody knows. We don't say Vanessa.
Oh, that was a slip of the tongue. Sorry. Vendetta is the. I meant
Yeah,
to say.
Vendetta. Yeah.
Yeah, I know of Vendetta. She's been in my concert a lot of times, surprisingly. Even stuck up to the backstage. I know about her.
No, and then I slammed myself on the table. Aren't you that little girl that come with Fuji?
Eh? Pretty Asian chick? Eh? Looks like everybody's caught up now. So you all know each other. How quaint.
So what did you want to see me about anyway, Hibana?
First thing first, I don't know what were you thinking when you have done it. Thanks to your little stupid behavior, Elliot is a little bit paranoid. If she was ever relaxed, that window is long gone now. And she, like, takes out her agent and just showcases the clip of you putting the listening device. Please lie to my face and tell me you were fixing the chair.
Honestly, I wasn't suspecting anything other than something that you probably wouldn't be aware of, to be honest.
I'm a junior executive. I don't have high security clearance for anything. That's why you should have at least... She's like, at least have the benefit of a doubt and actually ask me, have I sunk all the way through or not? Or doing such thing.
You hear that STREGA is like just blah blah blah.
What makes you different from any other couple?
What makes me different is I have a cause, and a righteous one, to do that.
And all couples have their cause, their righteousness. That's what they keep telling themselves. That's what everybody keeps telling themselves. Am I right?
Anyway, what were you thinking? I mean, could you at least tell me why did you do it in the beginning?
I can, and I look her straight in the eyes, and I say,
Rejected is like, isn't it obvious? Nobody here trusted you. Do you ever think that nobody freaking trusts you? Not even me, not even Mao, not even not even Remy? Does it ever cross your mind that nobody trusts you because of what you have done to everyone?
Well, at least Haliman trusted me long enough to follow through with this plan.
Haliman trusted you? Haliman trusted you? No. Haliman don't trust you. Haliman doesn't do it for you. Haliman does it for Diana.
Yeah, well, at least he knows about the plan. The only thing I have to say is this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I put my hand in Elliot's enemy from within so we can end this whole charade.
And for you, the enemy is us. Does it ever cross your mind that you will be facing us if we are ever to cross path as an enemy? Does it ever go to your tiny little pretty head of yours that the enemy that Elliot speak of, it could have been any of us?
Actually, Elliot doesn't have you on her hit list, as she doesn't think that much of you. And honestly,
it doesn't fucking matter about me. I'm not talking about me right now. I'm talking about Mao. I'm talking about Remy.
And I'm talking about all of you. She doesn't think that highly of you. She thinks that
Yeah.
you will not, do anything. She thinks that you only care about one thing, money. I think there's something a lot more shadier than anything, and the club is at the center of it.
I have no idea how long you have been working with STREGA or how long you have been working with Elliot. That is so shallow of you to think of any of us, man.
I'm not thinking.
That is such a shallow thing, even for me, man.
I'm not thinking that shallow of you.
See, I thought of you of someone better, but now you have just sunk so low that I do not know what else to talk about, man. I was angry earlier on, but now I'm just way more disappointed. My expectation for you was low, but holy hell. That's way low, man.
I don't think that much. I don't think lowly of anybody. I'm just, I don't have that high security clearance, and apparently there is something happening at the very club itself. of you sink in.
Yeah, but Hibana, here's the problem, right? There's a fire, and people stood around. Your friends told you, "Be careful of the fire. It's hot. Don't put your hand in it." And you rolled over in it and rolled around in it, and didn't have any protective gear.
I have my personal reasons for doing this, Remy, and you're one to talk, honestly, Remy. But I still respected you nevertheless, and I'll always respect somebody like you, like Mao, like Tsubaki, like even Midnight. But I have my reasons for doing this. You may not realize it now, you may not realizing it, tomorrow, but in the long run, when the shadow is brought to the light, you'll see it.
So I would try to call you sister one, hopefully not the last time, and this is why, if we want to gain our trust back. And I took out the little sheet of paper previously I got, and I take out this 9-digit code with that club name on it means something.
Okay, which means you need access to the club. Plan is very simple. We just need Tsubaki over here to play the best concert ever. Best enough to warrant, everybody's attention on it, including the staff.
And what makes you think I would do that for you?
At least do it for me, Tsubaki.
Oh, anything for you, Mao. Anything for you. But
at least for me. No, at least for me. Whenever and then you know what? If there's anything down for, this little lady here is going to take the first brunt, right?
I'm taking the full brunt of it because I'll be accused of.
Happened during office. That's not what happened during Elliot's office. Yes, she may have got shot, but I was the one that got stabbed directly to my guitarist's hand. She barely got a scrap by, and I have to take the full-blown damage of a pen right into my palm. So I don't care how much she is selling herself, saying that she's protecting me. She needs to really own up to it, though.
I need to say something else as well, Hibana. How did you find out that I dropped something in your office?
Ellie played the security tape for me. She played it right there and then. So
how does that make you feel that she's watching you the entire time?
Pretty much. Let's just say my heart skipped a couple of generations of my age at that time. I thought I'm good, but holy hell, he thought 10 moves ahead. At least have the common decency to ask me if I have, polluted my hand with anybody's blood recently, and my answer would be no. Apparently, I'm just a junior executive. I can handle public relations and stuff like that, but not high-level projects that she's been running in the background.
Ah, yes, classic Elliot. Vendetta just talks to herself.
Did she say that she picked anything up on the recorder?
Nah, she had it smashed, basically. She has a really weird request for you. She wants to buy that building, which apparently you have inherited. Money's no issue to her. She wants the building.
Tell her she can fuck off.
Oh man, I wish you really at least consider meeting her, because she also wants to meet you. She said she has an offer for you. Also, she kind of dropped the beat saying any refusal means Mendoza's gonna suffer on your behalf. She has no problem hurting those closer to you.
How is Hibana delivering this line? Is she showing any signs of shock at having to deliver it?
Are you being genuine, or you Hibana, or you want Remy to roll for human perception?
No, I am actually being genuinely, worried, because she's playing the whole office scenario in her head constantly to know how the hell did Elliot know about these things, when the fact she's in her office 24/7, busy with, business stuff. Like, for her to know, like, that Mendoza is alive and well, but not where her actual location is, still very scary to someone like Hibana. Basically, she is visibly worried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then sticks. Yeah, she's being honest. Don't have to roll for human perception.
See, this is the thing that we can't understand about you. You see the struggle, you see the risks, and yet you still dance with the devil.
I'm not dancing with the devil. I put my hands on, along with Dmitris. I'll never sink to Elliot's level. Dmitris thinks the way that I do. Don't destroy your
Not
enemy
just
from the outside, destroy them from within. You think by
not just dancing with the devil, dancing with the devil with your hands holding together.
I think I know Elliot much more different than you do, Miss Manager Couple Lady.
Elliot
Oh, you are so naive.
Elliot is downright. I can't read her. I can read people, but with her, I walk
Read,
into
you
one maze.
read?
Hibana,
You can read? Really? You can read? That's not what I
Hibana,
think.
you have.
People,
I'm going to tell you what my plans are for the hotel. If you decide to tell Elliot, then that's up to you. But you're going to show your true colors if you do. But if you hear me out, maybe you have a choice. And that choice might be to stay inside STREGA and work with us to bring them down. Or, like I said before, you can show your true colors. But I plan to make that apartment a place for those who don't have a home. It has some work to do. It has some fixing up to be done. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some time. And our friends back here behind me are going to help defend the place, at least initially, if they're as good as they say they are.
But your life is much more important to me as a friend, as someone who's close. Like, what if, she gave the order to any of her goon squad to come down and gun you down? You think I'll be able to stop her? Hell, she might even laugh and say to me to warn you. It'll be entertaining for her to watch you fight for your life. I don't want that happening to you. At least I can call Dmitris and have her, register the building legally under her name. Thus she'll forced, to deal with Elliot.
So rather than fighting for what's right, we'd rather just bend over and take it up the arse?
No, not bending over. We stall for time. I mean, if we can somehow stall for time, like, do you know any forgers around? If you can find a really good forger who can forge a fake contract, 99% real to Elliot that says you sold it to, someone like Dmitris or anybody, you can maybe buy yourself a couple of days worth of distraction until you're, whatever you guys really planning, we can do it.
Honestly, I shouldn't even need to tell you this. I'm no expert in forgery, but I can make some sort of effort at it.
If I may. I may know a guy.
Okay. Because you said you need distraction a couple of days. Find a forger. Have him forge a fake contract that basically says you sold the building to someone who doesn't exist. It'll buy us time to find out what is so special about the location. She dropped a hint saying it's a prime real estate, but I'm not buying it. What do you know about the building, Remy? Like, what do you really know about it?
What do I need to know about it?
I'm asking you. She's hell-bent on getting the building one way or another, either legally or by force of arms if she has to. So I'm asking you, anything special about your building that, you know it and you don't want to tell anybody about it? Because I don't know. To me, she can just buy the building next door and it'll be just fine. But looks like she's fixated on that real estate of yours.
I'm gonna have a look side eye to Mao, Tsubaki, and Vendetta before looking back directly in Hibana's eyes, and I'm just gonna say,
wait. Okay, Mao, Tsubaki, Vendetta, and also Hibana roll for deduction under education in regards to the apartment.
Okay.
Lovely.
Deduction is under education. Yeah, here we are.
Bruh, what the fuck?
Bruh, nice.
Almost as long as it's above 10, it's okay for me.
What the shit?
DV is fine. Actually, DV is 15. So
yeah, it's 13 plus 8. Yeah.
13 plus 8. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend it's a plus.
Oh, Vendetta is listening to her conversation like,
I know exactly what it is. Yeah,
and continue eating
it's
ice
hot
cream.
chocolate and souffle. Okay, it's a strawberry souffle. It's delicious.
Yes, but for Hibana and Mao, you have no idea. It's like about this apartment. All Hibana think about is Elliot wants his apartment. To Mao, it's like, okay, Elliot wants the apartment, so what's the big deal? But this is given by Remy's wife. That's all you know. But Tsubaki, you know for a fact that this apartment is precious to Remy. During that 3 months downtime, you know that this is actually given by Remy's wife. It's like bought with her hard-earned money that she's been working on for quite some time during the time of the raid when the Arasaka building was destroyed. But Tsubaki, Elliot is a person of integrity. And also not to mention that she wants something. There must be something in that apartment that she wants. Hence, why does she want the apartment so bad? She can just buy any location in Night City and just make her base of operation there. But why this specific apartment? There is something in this apartment that you need to go to and check with Remy. There must be something here. Something so precious that Alien wants so bad that Hibana failed to see. It's like Hibana just want to actually just like, hey, Remy, just sell the place. That's it. Live happily ever after and so on. But Tsubaki, this must be a family matter. This must be a family thing, or there must be something going on.
Hey.
So Tsubaki, you need to role play this with Remy and Hibana and the others. It's like there must be something there. You know.
Hold on, but before that, exactly, Tsubaki, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A bit, but Remy, have you checked every part of the building yet? Where else have you not checked?
Remy, you never really fully check every room, every nook and cranny, and so on of the apartment because you're only one person. It's only you and Elena. You never really check.
Have you checked every nooks and cranny of the apartment? Have you checked the rooftop? Have you checked the basement? Have you checked the parking lot? I don't know, because from as far as I'm concerned, Elliot is not someone that wants to buy something just out of spite. It has to be something inside the building that. Well, I'm not one for property management, in case you didn't notice, but then again, something tells me that something within the building is very precious to her and she wants it regardless, whatever the cause is. So, have you checked every nooks and cranny of the apartment? The rooms, the toilets, I don't know, the plumbing, basement?
I have not checked the entire building from top to bottom. I just haven't had the capacity to do so. And
marketing,
I think you are.
Marketing.
I think you are on the mark, though, because I am pretty sure there is something in the building.
Marketing.
That much I know.
Marketing did tell Elliot there are 10 times better spots, but she's hell bent on your building and she will not take a no for it.
We don't care about that right now. Right now, we are just talking about this apartment, okay?
No, we do. We do. But then let's go check it out.
But like I said earlier on, how much do you actually know about this apartment? Like, why did your wife have this apartment? Do you know anything about this apartment?
At this point, I think I'm going to take out my where is it on my card? Hang on. I'm going to take out my descrambler, and I'm going to set it to scramble. Just in case there are any
Mhm.
listening devices around.
All right. Okay, you turn it on successfully.
I have been told that there is something here, and I have not had the chance to check it out yet. There is something. And if you really are working for us, your friends, Hibana, then maybe you can help us.
Okay.
Then with more of us, more hands, we can get in and check out the place.
I can stall for time and tell her that you want some time to think, a few days, a week at the most, but she'll require some evidence, so I may have to get a video of you saying you'll think on her offer in terms of everything, money and the meetup, because she wants to meet you. And like I said, marketing and legal, they told her there are 10 times better real estate buildings than there, and she will not have it. Something is happening, and unfortunately, Dmitris is not here to shield me from her wrath, so I'm taking the full brunt of her assault. If we move, we do it. There's no holdback, there's no stops, there's no buts, ifs, or anything. And if you guys do anything, I'm gonna have to, take the courage and take the punishment along with you, because I can't say I've been forced, coerced, or even blackmailed into, working with you.
Mm.
But would you say the same for Elliot?
Dun dun dun.
I saw her alone, me and Tsubaki. We were there, just her. I could have shot her right there and then. One look from her and I was on the ground. One look.
You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One look and I was already pleading for mercy. Just her looking is, terrifyingly enough to tell you how much scary that she is.
Well, look, I think we need to get our information straight. We find out what's in the building. And then we decide from there what to do about it.
I'll assist you in searching up. I think I have some clues, but I need to make sure that it is what I think it is and not jump to the conclusion. Let me know where's the location of your apartment. I will go over and help you during my free time.
Why free time? Might as well go now.
Do you
Go
know,
together.
Do you know the building's history, Remy? Like, what do you know about the building's own history? Previous owners, tenants, the last 5 to 10 years before, all of this mess happened? Before the new...
Or Remy?
The best I could do is search the library.
Let's go right now to your building. Along the way, I can maybe try and look for something. I'll search.
Remy, you have a gang now.
Remy doesn't know that yet. Because Remy have to write a really good article about them that Malaya beat up SG Lions, and even though it's a lie, SG Lion gonna come over and say, "Hey, you wrote a bad story about us," and then Remy have to deal with them after that and say, "Okay, I'll write a story about you guys," and so on. Yeah, you guys have to think about that soon. All right. Okay. So
Harimau Malaya writes and Singapore Lions fight over nasi lemak or bak kuteh.
Hell yeah. No, how
If you
about
guys
nasi
wanna
lemak
go-
and bak kuteh?
if you guys want to go to the apartment, might as well just go straight together.
Yeah.
And check this out. Easier.
Let's go. And before that, I'm DM. I'd like to send a message to a certain somebody who can help research about the place.
Who?
Mr. Impaler.
Okay, you need to roll your luck below your luck points in order for him to help. And after, if you score, then he will answer your call. Okay, roll D10.
Yep.
What's your
5.
luck? What's your luck?
5.
Oh, okay.
Yep. As long as it's like equal or lower, should be okay. All right. Okay. You pick up your agent. Do you message or call?
I want to do this via. Wait, what do I have? Do I have an internal agent? Give me a second. Oh no, I don't. She's just gonna message because she's not doing this like in front of everybody. She doesn't want to let anybody know about this. She'll do it. She'll ask Impaler to research about this specific building. Like, hey, I need a favor from you. Can you help me? Give me all your information about this building and also why the heck Elliot would want it.
Okay. He actually replies back. Okay, I need more information regarding location. Who is this Elliot? And your full name. It's like who this Elliot person is, and after I'll get back to you within a week.
Okay.
One more thing. Since you need some info, what? No, not Jojo Siwa. Aaron Bolek.
Aaron Bolek. Yes, Aaron Bolek is there helping out.
He's an underworld scum. Definitely gonna know something, a thing or two shady about the building.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll for your luck. Here. Roll below or lower, or equal or lower your luck.
Luck is 6. Yeah.
Damn.
Aaron Bolek is like, the number you have dialed tidak terdapat dalam peran kami. Terima kasih. In Vietnamese, yeah.
In Vietnamese.
So she'll send the address, and she'll reply in kind of German, like Elliot from STREGA, you dummy, the one that we've been talking about.
Okay.
In a playful way, okay? They're friends, all right? They can insult each other. There we go!
Yeah, you only get information within the week, okay? Alright, I'm just rolling first for him. Okay.
Fucking legend.
Alright, Vendetta. Yeah, I'll search regarding this President Elliot, regarding STREGA, and her interest regarding this apartment. I'll get back to you soon.
Thanks. You're the best.
And that's done. Okay, then who's next? Venetta's done.
Just Hibana will say like, okay, I brought my own car. Mao, do you want to ride with me?
Mao got a bike. I leave a bike there for what?
Oh. No. I have my own wheels.
Wait,
2 is better than 4.
Can Tsubaki ride with Mao? Can Tsubaki ride with Mao?
You have your helmet?
I don't have helmet, but that doesn't.
This is city. Nobody use helmet.
But I want cool factor. I have helmet.
Okay.
It's for some reason like helmets are rebel now.
Fly with the wind.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Damn.
Hold up. I will follow you instead.
Follow me?
Yep, follow you. It's like I hinting you that I don't want to be in the same car with Hibana. I was like hinting you. It's like not hint.
And then my brain goes figures.
Clear talk. We're all going to the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yes, all.
Okay. Vendetta's gonna nudge Remy and like, I think I'll try to hit with Hibana. She seems a bit lonely sometimes, if that's all right.
So Tsubaki, you're riding with Mao. So you're sitting behind her and you're holding her by the waist.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Roll for concentration.
Respectfully holding.
Roll for concentration, okay? Mao is quite hot here, you know. She's like some hot Asian women here. Okay?
Like what Vendetta said, pretty Asian chick.
Yes, pretty Asian chick.
I cannot concentrate.
Oh man.
Attracted and not.
But the other way around.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right now, the moment Tsubaki hold you by the waist, you blush. Okay.
Under the helmet.
It's like you're like, yes, finally I managed to get Tsubaki to actually sit with me, behind me, and so on.
Those strong fingers of an artist.
Right.
But only one problem, though. No, only one problem. The palm is incomplete. There was a whole like
that's the other 3 points that didn't make it 0, you know?
Okay, let's move things along because I need to go to Haliman really quick. Okay, and then after that, Remy, the moment you're about to leave, one of the gang leader, one of the Haliman gang leader come to you. So, do I get to follow you to a place now?
Yes, just come along and stay close.
Right, that's great. Okay, boys, let's check this place out.
Macha, let's go check this place out.
Vendetta will will kind of off, like, how do I say this? Kind of hint to Hibana that, like, can I like travel with her in her car?
You can sit in the back, and kids are illegal to sit in the front.
Good that or not.
Not in Night City.
And
Not in
Herb,
fucking Night City.
and Herb, as we get in, may I request a little one-on-one conversation with little Hibana?
Little Hibana.
Little?
Little old Hibana. Little Miss
Okay.
Hibana.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
While you're
Yes.
driving away,
backseat,
of course.
backseat. Yeah, driving
Mhm.
away.
Backseat,
yes.
huh?
Yeah. Behind,
Did you
right
just
behind
delete
her.
your character?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm right here.
All right.
Right behind
All right.
her. It's like, so about the bar thing. I'm terribly sorry that I may have contributed a little to the
All in the past,
Okay, Hibana.
water under the bridge. Somehow that did not have a dent on whatever that psycho is planning, but
Elliot. How long have you known her?
she's like a quick flashback, then like coming back to reality. Longer than you ever think so. But that's a story for another time.
Let's see.
Do you
10 years?
Try downright 20.
Interesting.
Let's just say I have my personal history with her. But like I said, it's a story for another time. My question is, I have a question
good.
for you. Do you happen to know a talent agent?
For what?
Talent agent. Music talent
Talent
agents.
agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. What about that? I can make a few calls.
Not for me.
I'm well acquainted with people.
Not for me. It's actually for Tsubaki. I'm trying to create a problem out of nothing so I can, push him to either to leave or find a new agent so that Elliot will have, no quarrel about harming him to get through me. I'm basically isolating myself from everybody whom she can use to harm me.
Noble.
If I can push him away. Earlier, before you and the rest arrived, I kind of had a screaming match with him, and I thought he'll actually leave and go away, but if he chooses to stay here out of his own volition, then yeah, I may have to escalate things even further.
So you're trying to push away this Tsubaki because you don't want to see him get hurt.
She had no problem stabbing him in the very palm of his hand and looking at me while doing it. It's like she's giving me the message saying, I don't need to kill you or harm you. I'll just kill and harm those around you, those whom you care for.
That's classic.
I don't know how tight his legal contract is, but you can find a talent agent who can break him away from the contract. That'll be even much better. At least he'll have no reason to stay in with her.
You do know that no much people want to go against STREGA, let alone steal what you would call Elliot's plaything from her. Right? So that's the teensy tiny problem.
Aren't we all, someone else's plaything? Aren't we all,
Well,
Destiny's plaything?
Well, it seems that you lot happen to be knee-deep in this shit.
I've been swimming in it since, I don't know, that day, 2030. Yeah.
2030. And that's how you got into all this.
One day I was the perfect innocent girl with, bright future and loving family, and now I'm swimming knee deep in water infested with sharks will be an understatement. I'm swimming knee deep with the devil himself and praying that I don't get nuked in the process. All that so I can get back what's rightfully will have and should have belonged to me.
You know what? You and I, we might have more in common than you might think. Just that we went down different paths.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the start of a nice friendship if you can prove that you can actually, be trustworthy to me anyway.
You see, it's better to have someone that trusts you than to have trust in someone.
True.
Okay. Once you two are done, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remy, you drove your car and straight towards the apartment.
You, and then to have trust in someone.
True.
Okay. Once you two are done, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remy, you drove your car and straight towards the apartment, and then you guys arrive, and then you park the car beneath the basement of the car park itself. After having that long conversation with Vendetta, Hibana, okay, you arrive. The moment you arrive, you can see the state of the car park itself. You can see the booster gang itself already start looking at some of the damaged cars. Someone actually went to the car park and someone actually went upstairs to actually see the place itself. But when you arrive, okay, now you park the bike. Now gonna go from left to right. Okay, one action each because it's already 422 by my side. Okay, Tsubaki, what do you do?
I straight away told Remy. I just said, "Hey Remy, let's get down to business."
Okay. Alright.
We got
Who fix your apartment?
Joke aside. I was like, alright, Remy, let's no pun intended, let's get down to business. So where's that apartment? Is it around here? Around the corner here?
It's above us, and I suggest we take one floor at a time.
Yeah. Well, have you checked the basement? Maybe I can start over there.
If we all go to the basement, we can clean it out faster.
Alright, then
You are
I
at the
suggest
basement.
we start
You
from
are at the
basement.
car park basement, Tsubaki.
Oh?
You are
No.
already at the car park
No,
basement.
basement as in like before I think before basement there's another thing, right? There's another
Ground
like
floor?
storage room or something. I don't know what you call in
No,
American.
This is the apartment. They don't have such thing.
Ah, okay. Then I guess okay, we can start from here, I guess. One floor at a time. The faster we clear out the area, the faster we are able to find whatever Elliot is looking after, and the faster we can get you out of this mess as well.
Yes, let's get to it.
Okay. Now, Hibana, the moment you arrive, you see this place is quite badly damaged, especially the car park. You can see a number of destroyed cars at the other side, and then after that collapsed wall at the end. Even Mao notices this, and Vendetta is the first time you notice the collapsed wall and the loose wires and the electricity dangling, hitting the flooded waters at the other top left corner of the car park section. It looks quite dangerous. Touching the water itself will be quite dangerous. There's those wires. But Mao and Hibana and Tsubaki, when you look at it, roll for deduction. And even Remy.
Okay.
Remy, Tsubaki, Hibana, Remy, Mao, and Mao. Just DV10. No.
Me also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I don't know shit, man. I do not know shit.
It's just a rundown
I got a
building
feeling.
to you. It's just a rundown building to you.
Oh,
It's
deduction
dumb.
3 minus 2, 1. That's bad.
Well,
Okay.
there we go.
Ooh.
Okay. Alright. Okay, for Tsubaki, for Mao, Remy, and Hibana, you think, maybe if Haliman was here, you should actually look into that. Maybe there'll be a way to actually go through that. But for you, Vendetta, for that collapse wall and those wires, that would require a lot of things to actually do. But in order to show why that part is actually collapse, but all of you going to figure out what's going what you guys gonna be doing to this apartment that's like very soon. But
I'm
we
more
ignore that
interested in the
part
damage
because
wall.
you don't have the proper tools for this. And the damage wall is actually cracked. There's a number of dangling wires outside it, but it's badly damaged. The damage wall itself, when you pick inside, roll perception.
There we go. I'm gonna spend 2 luck points on this one.
Better spend all your luck.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 3 luck then. Let's go. Let's go. Can I do a little bit of extra thing as a complimentary check first? May I inspect the wall to like see the damage inside and everything? So I scan it first with my tech scanner.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Sure. So basic tech, right?
Yeah, just basic tech.
This is the complimentary check because I want to get a +1 to my perception.
Yeah, you check the area. A lot of loose wires, a lot of damaged floors, damaged walls, and most of the cars here is probably like damage itself. But when you actually use your scanner, the only thing you like detect is mostly that this whole place, if anything, is gonna collapse on itself. If somebody were to actually use a rocket launcher or grenade launcher and start fighting in this apartment, it's gonna collapse all on you. So it's really dangerous. But the walls itself is like badly damaged on the damaged wall. It's as if somebody actually hacked at it with a hammer and then after that cut the wires.
So there was like a deliberate tampering. Okay, now perception. With 3 luck. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, guys. I'm gonna spend all my luck on this one. 25.
Yeah. You can see like within the walls itself like something inside. And you can't really make out of it because it's actually quite dark. It's roughly about 60 feet away. It's like down instead of up. It's not
easy.
straight.
Road flare. I light it up.
Okay, wait. Before that, you also smell gas. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't light it up.
Yes. You also smell gas leak from within the damaged wall. So there is actually another level that uses the lift from the top floor that actually goes down, but you just can't see and you can smell that gas leak. So anything fire is gonna blow up whatever that's down there.
So there's something down there.
There's something down there. You can't really tell. Because of the huge gas leak, and then after that the wires, and then after that the lift is damaged. So that's about it. But you took the staircase. The lift is unusable. But Remy actually brought you all the way up to actually check part of the rooms and the lift. You took the staircase mostly, but during this time itself, you're gonna take quite some time to actually check each and every location of the apartment. This is considered the first floor. There are 4 floors: first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. And after that, the roof, which is the 5th. So you got your basement car park, the first floor, basement car park, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and then the roof.
I wonder what is this? Top left corner of the building.
Top left corner of the building. Where? Ping.
Pinging it.
Okay. That is mostly just like a simple storage.
Okay.
Don't worry, this will take quite some time for you guys to go one by one, room to room to check. Now I need to go to Haliman. Okay. Because, yeah, this one needs a full team effort. Now, the Grand Concert Hall. You can see a number of people on the second floor and on the first floor that you're in. You're actually checking most of the instrument, the sound systems, and everything else. But when you're actually looking at it, you can see Ice Pelt in the other room, looking at the monitor screens and looking at a number of people as they actually walk in. Another group of people actually walk and then being checked by the security. But Ice Pelt and look tells you straight, Haliman, make sure that you actually check each and every one of them. Some of them could be carrying concealed firearms, so it's best to actually check. Now, Haliman, you look at it, you check. Now, roll for your technique skills, security tech.
Gonna use all for technique skill. Security tech. Where I use security. Oh, there you are. The 8 total.
Okay. We check the patrons that's actually slowly coming in, one by one. These are all high-end patrons, all from high-end corporations as they actually came in. You see their face, you see them coming in with each scan aesthetic. And each time they come in, you scan them one by one to check who they are. You see one from a very famous media corp coming in. The first thing that came to your mind was Remy. If he was here, One from the UK, World News Services. A London-based media corp. You have to write this down in the notes though. This will be very important for Haliman to actually for corporate takeover if you want to make friends with all of them. World News Services from the UK. Okay. And then after that, the next one that's actually coming, also a Network News 54. It's like 24-hour service across the US. Here now, Network News 54. We're going to be making a huge coverage about Diana Fairview. We're going to be airing it all over the world. Then another group, Nippon Network. Konnichiwa, minasan. Nippon Network desu ne. Oro, Diana Fairview desu. Network News 54, Nippon Network, World News Services are in. And then after that, another group, the AgriCorps. You notice somebody coming in from Petrochem within the Nusa. And then after that, the Petrochem, write down Petrochem. And then Soft Oil. Then another person actually come in. Is immediately getting straight to actually see Dmitris from Arasaka itself. Hanako Arasaka coming in and being greeted by everybody.
I roll concentration to not get, to not be filled with slight anger because of my past. We should do that. I roll for concentration.
Okay, you pass. You see Hanako. Like, she noticed you. But nothing else. Then you see other cars coming in, the doors being opened. Slowly and slowly you see people coming in. Then you see Kang Tao. Like Chinese government, the Kang Tao. They're coming. You see the man like smiling. Like ni hao. And after coming in, they never bring any weapons. Any of all of this executive, all these corporate leaders, not even a single firearm on them. Except for those outside the building and Dmitris' personal guard, all four of them, which is actually one of them is sitting next to you, the furry, which is there putting his leg on top of the computer, looking at you. It's like, hey, Haliman, eyes front, check them out. I don't want to bring my guns and start shooting if things go south. Then after Kang Tao, then after that another one is Mitsubishi Sugo, not Sugoi, Mitsubishi Sugo. Kang Tao, Mitsubishi Sugo, Arasaka is now in. But then you see Walter Cross coming in from Cross Industries. After Walter Cross, you see Michael Wesker, the owner of the Continentals around the world. But Walter Cross is not alone, though. As you see him like pulling in, you see Walter Cross and Wesker actually having a short conversation from the security feed. When you look at it, roll for your lip reading awareness.
Awareness, lip reading. 16.
Okay, you see the lips from Walter Cross, like Wesker. You see like the lips from the way they move their lips like, I'm glad to see you finally here. You see Walter Cross talking to Wesker. Wesker then said, I'm surprised that you're even here. Then Watercross said, let's enjoy the music for tonight. And that's all. Then, next to Walter Cross, you see a particular man in military fatigue, some sort of really nice leisure wear military fatigue from Lazarus. Lazarus, these guys are armed corps. Not Militech, not Arasaka, but Lazarus, together with Walter Cross. But the moment one other particular car actually pull in, you see one person from France itself, one of the owners of Eurobank, like coming in. Eurobank itself. You notice that Dmitris actually personally came down from the staircase and actually greet the man as he walked. And after she just told him to actually stay and enjoy the night. He will not be disappointed. You can see this all from your feed. And Eurobank is one of the strongest we will hear. But you heard what Dmitris say. Either protect Diana Fairview by armed force itself or through business ethics. And this is where you're going to learn a lot. But all these people are also going to be flying off to Night City, to one of the greatest party ever created by STREGA. And Dmitris will probably want you to actually protect Diana Fairview by either means necessary. And this is where Hibana will also need to actually work together with you in order to see Diana. But everybody actually stood there. Most of the corporate leaders stood on the dance floor. And you told yourself, roll for deduction. Education.
Yes. Okay. You.
If only Tsubaki Lee was here, you ask yourself. If Tsubaki Lee were to actually do a duet with Diana Fairview, the corpos here will probably see Tsubaki's greatness. You know Tsubaki Lee is working for Elliot. And you know Elliot for a fact actually wants Tsubaki Lee to be as good or even better than Diana Fairview. Diana Fairview is a pop idol, like a rocker boy pop idol. Tsubaki Lee is a rocker boy, pure and simple. But you stood there looking at the security feed. You look at every patron. You look at everybody here. Now, roll for human perception on all of them one by one. You need to give a good score.
Human
social
perception.
skills.
Social. Oh boy. One.
Just one time. Nope, not enough.
Whoa, lovely.
No enough.
Damn.
Your empathy is too low. You can't increase that. And so your only thing you can do is to level this thing up. Now roll for your social skills, personal grooming, wardrobe and style.
Oh no.
Let's go, Haliman. I have faith in Mr.
Personal
Success.
grooming.
See, look at that. Good shit, bro. Good shit.
Right, good. Okay. While you actually check the security feed, the door closes within the club itself. Then everybody holding up their champagne cups and then looking around. They're all mingling and talking. You can see Walter Cross, Dmitris, and even Michael Wesker going to a personal private room to have a discussion where there's no security feed at all. You're unable to see what's within that closed door. You know, to show what is Dmitris here talking to Walter Cross about and Michael Wesker. But that scene will be played during the next session. Where Eisen, you have to roleplay Walter Cross, Michael Wesker, and then also Dmitris. But then, as all the crowd was actually sitting there waiting, you played with the lights, Haliman. You tried to make it cool. You told everyone, all the lights and so on. Roll for your basic tech.
Oh boy.
Scoom.
22.
Nice.
Then you say you see everything. You make the lights like flash. Everybody started to actually bob their head, hit their feet like on the floor, starting to dance.
Beat on the beats.
And then you turn on the song, and after you tell people like dance, dance. You're like the DJ for the night. So then it's like you put on some dance music. Okay, then roll for your dancing skills.
Let's go! Let's go! Woo!
You
Dance like a boss.
There you can see you show your footage on the screen itself right in front, and people can see you dancing within that room. You can see Ice Pelt next to you. It's like looking at you. Hey, you got the move, man.
I told you I got the moves, boy. Dance off with me.
That is that. But he doesn't leave his pose. He still stood there with rifle on the left, leaning closely on the left wall. His arm, so do the others. You can see Dmitris like coming out slowly, and at the top you can see that white-haired girl that looks just like Midnight, or almost actually, like looking around, making sure that everything's okay. But Vendetta is not here, so Vendetta have questions if Vendetta and her to actually see each other. But that would be for a different story. But the crowd actually stopped. Then you start playing the music, and then you can hear the crowd screaming like Diana's name and say, Diana, Diana. Then you press the button, and you let the stage device actually like bring her up. You can see the flames like coming out from within the stage. You can see Diana like that, like already ready, and start to actually sing like her song. Then you press the music. Okay, now roll for your
Where is Diana?
technique
Actually?
skills basic tech. Coming up slowly.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll for it. Haliman. Okay, that's good. There you see everybody like the crowd. You try to actually stir them, actually moving along, dancing along. Roll for your dancing skill.
Oh boy! Let's go!
Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, okay, you can see the crowd as they like staring and then looking at Diana Fairview as she sings the song. You're looking at the However, one particular person is looking staring at Diana. Now they're looking at everybody. What do I do, Anima?
Where's this person?
When you look at the feet, you can see a particular woman actually standing here looking at Diana. She seems to be quite suspicious though, looking at her purse, and seems to be like looking at Diana and then looking at her purse, like wanting to take out something. Roll for perception.
It's under
Awareness skill.
awareness perception.
Yeah. Then roll for human perception.
It's under social human perception.
Okay. You notice she took out something from her purse. At first you thought that it was a pistol. Then she took out a lighter that looks like a pistol. Then she pressed the trigger and then the light came out from the pistol. Then she lighted her cigarette. Suspicious woman, but not a threat. Then you look at the other cameras. As Diana came on singing. Then after that she pointed at the screen itself, and then you notice that Diana's actually pointing her fingers at where you currently are right now. Roll for human perception on Diana Fairview. And again, you are very oblivious to what her song means all this time. All the song that she wrote, you have no idea that all this song she wrote is just for you. So you're like, okay, she's pointing at me, like, alright, oh,
Let's
stuff
keep
like
the
that.
party going! That's how it's going.
Yes. Then you notice that Diana is like moving around, and you can see like crowds they go crazy, they go wild. And you see Diana actually coming in from one of the private rooms. And then you don't see what Michael Wesker or even the cross, but you see Hanako Arasaka actually they're coming up slowly and heading straight towards the stage itself. And then after that, talking to Dmitris. It's quite a distance, but roll for lip reading.
Lip reading, that's awareness.
Awareness.
Lip reading. 15.
Okay, you can see Hanako. That's it. Hanako Arasaka then said to Dmitris, very interesting party you have here. I love your favorite songbird, Diana Fairview. Then Dmitris said, yes. Do enjoy. How is your brother? That's all you heard. That's all you read. How is your brother? Then the music can continue and the song can being played. Then I go just stand at the top and watching the whole party. What? Haliman? Look around and roll for human perception. Okay, again, it's like low. Hey, look around at all the crowd. They all look normal to you. None of them look very suspicious. None of them seems to be there to actually like take down Diana. So you think to yourself, maybe it'll be okay for tonight.
Sure.
What? Dmitris just stood at the top there talking to Hanako. And then you look around. What do you want to do, Haliman?
Probably I'll do what we did in the first season. Dance beside, Diana, if possible.
So you go out from your post and dance next to Diana. Okay. Then you head out. While she's still singing, then you notice that Diana actually starts singing her song. Then roll for human perception again.
Oh boy. You dance, little mofo. Come on, you need the nat 10. You spent all your luck, right? No, you still have some.
I spent all of it already.
Oh my god.
But I feel like this, if Tsubaki is dead, Tsubaki will be like, you dance, motherfucker!
How many times have you rolled human perception? Let's see. Whoa.
I've said it once. I said it once, and I'll say it again. He is really close to being friend zoned now more than ever. So he will be friend zoned. I will not surprise it. He'll be like friend zoned.
It's okay.
You
okay.
went over
You know
to the
what?
dance
Yeah.
floor. Diana smiled at you, point her fingers at you as she's singing the song. Icepelt told you as your moment you exit that door. Icepelt said, Haliman, what are you doing? Stay in your post. But you ignored Icepelt. So you head out.
Fuck, Icepelt.
And Icepelt like quickly head over to the security feed and start looking around.
There's only once.
Okay. And then like you see that like Diana's like swinging, and on top when you're actually looking at Diana, it's like on the dance floor you see Michael Wesker talking to Hanako, but because you don't have your security feed, you're unable to zoom in to the lips. You can roll for your lip reading again, but with -2 penalty.
Why not?
Or are you too
Awareness.
obsessed with Diana to even care?
Nope, I passed.
-2 penalty.
Even with the -2. Even with the -2.
Yeah, boy.
I passed.
Did he?
Ask the DM.
Okay. You look up. You see Michael Wesker, talk to Dmitris. Dmitris flips, asking Michael Wesker, "Is your daughter here?" Michael Wesker instead, "Yes."
Ah,
Oh,
ah, what?
oh.
Oh no.
As you're dancing there on the dance floor, Diana looking at you, smiling and dancing, and then you're like thinking, okay. It's like Michael Wesker have a daughter, so Dmitris just asking, who's the daughter?
Ding, ding,
I'm still gonna dance.
ding.
I'm dancing to the beat of the music.
You dance. Roll for dancing skill.
Dance,
on!
monkey.
Let's go.
Your dancing skills. Your dancing skill is actually better than your human perception skill. So that's about it.
By a lot.
Yes. But you see the
Yeah,
crowd
actually,
slowly moving in. You see the crowd slowly moving in closer and closer towards the stage. And then you can hear static on your ears set. It's like you can hear, "Come back."
Okay.
Defy. Defy.
You know what? Let me get on stage and dance beside Diana. Like in the first season. Why not?
Oh wow.
create that scene.
Gets shot again.
Yeah,
Gets shot
exactly.
in the chest again.
Let's do
Exactly,
it!
exactly.
Let's do it!
Let's do it!
Let's do it! Let's go!
Oh my god,
If
you
this time,
psychopath. I love it.
if this time he actually survives another anti-material shot by rolling in that one, that's it. Like he is meant to be the main character then.
You go up the stage, Diana dance with you. Diana is like wrapping her legs around your legs and like grinding with you and then singing her song. And then
Grinding with him? Interesting.
yes.
I hope
And
I
then-
hope for the love of hell, I really
Hey,
hope
hey,
he gets the
Haliman.
meaning of the word of the song.
Human perception now.
Yeah,
Now.
exactly. The human
Now.
perception.
Perception.
Oh, do it, net 10.
Oh,
You piece of shit!
You want to know something?
Ladies
You want
and
to know
gentlemen,
something?
let-
You want to know something? It's like Diana is so dancing here, and he still thinks that this is a very nice dance.
Wait. I just have to say this to the viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when a guy is so dense that we tend to scream at him for just being dense. It's like, blood pressure is rising now for all the wrong reason.
But Haliman,
Oh,
Diana is actually like very close to you, face to face, just like an inch or two from you. But you're so dense that you can't even read the message. If Remy was here, Remy would probably shoot you. Okay, so
Any one of
I
us,
think we all
Dance.
should
Hop. He is so dense, he only know how to dance.
oh man.
I
it's
bet,
like Remy is probably
I bet,
glad that the doctor is not around. It's like if the doctor ever fall in love with your character, Remy is probably gonna like,
Oh,
no,
boy.
no, not Haliman.
Not Haliman. You know what? You know what, Haliman? Haliman, you can vibe with Vendetta. She isn't too far off from you.
Don't Haliman. Okay. We have what's his name? Don't Vendetta this shit, and now don't Haliman this shit.
No,
Guys,
no,
you have
clear
you have a
cases.
don't
Yes,
Vendetta
Haliman.
this shit.
No.
Hey, what? That's good. What the fuck?
Okay.
That's
Anyway.
that's
Okay. Anyways,
There we
as Diana's song was like coming to an end, you see the crowd was just dancing, looking at you dance, Haliman, and then looking at Diana and you dancing together. And then you see Dmitris actually staring down at you, and then after that pointing at you. Like you notice that Dmitris pointing and screaming your name, but you can't hear. Roll for human perception and roll for lip reading at the same time.
Not again.
Okay, you have no idea what Dmitris is telling you.
Oh, come on.
You see Dmitris telling you. You look at her lips in slow motion.
Yeah.
But yes, you turn behind you. Roll for brawling, oppose brawling.
Only for
Huh?
shopping.
Wait, hold on. I think I know what's gonna happen.
Okay. You turn,
Yes.
you got grabbed. You see a woman in front of your face, grabs you, and then kiss you.
Oh no.
Diana drops her mic and then moves away. Surprise and shock.
Oh, true
The woman,
love.
and then as you're being grabbed by this particular woman, this woman, either she was so enticed by your dance move or what, but she just as she grabbed you, she actually embraces you and kisses you, and then when she let go, roll for your resist torture drugs. Body
Hey, this is not torture. This is not torture, man. This is pleasure. This is pleasure, is it?
resist pleasure drugs.
Oh, man.
Yes!
Okay. You fail. You
Yes!
fail. Okay. Roll.
Yes!
You lose 1d6 humanity points.
Don't roll a 6
Hey,
now.
this one.
Nice.
Ah,
Okay, good.
Lose D6,
Good,
I
good,
should
good.
gain humanity on this.
No, this is
You-
Haliman we're talking about. Everybody else gains.
The music stops. You see Martha Vuitton in front of you. The music stops. And as you're unable to push her away, she still grabs you. You still embrace in her arm, like an arm lock. She unlocked you. She unlocked you and kissed you. She actually like kissed you without your consent. How dare her? But when you look up, you see Dmitris in shock. Then you see Michael Wesker smiling and said something. Roll for lip reading.
Game over.
Dead.
Game over, dude.
Wow, first
You-
time.
You see Dmitris said, no. You see Hanako said, yes, I like this. You see Michael Wesker said, what's my daughter doing right now? And the game
Oh
continued.
no.
Okay, that's it.
To be continued, guys. Guys,
To be
hello.
continued. Hello.